Hello everyone. It is Chris, aka The Dark Wall, and I have my fantastic co-host with me as always, Mooncubus. Welcome in. How you doing today?
Hi, that's me.
That is actually you. Yes. Alrighty, so we have another episode of Dark After Dark lined up for today. We got us quite a few topics to go over. Well, less topics than last show, actually. Technically less topics than last show. Let's just say that I may or may not have more to say about these topics to a significant degree. There may be some ranting going on. I'll try to keep it down on the ranting. But first on the list for today is Birds of Prey, which, I mean, not a controversial movie at all.
Nah, it's pretty normal.
Yeah, me, Moon, and who else was it? Was it Zizo who was with us on the weekend? Or no, it wasn't Zizo.
I don't think it was Zizo. It was
Dirk.
Dirk, yeah.
Yeah, we all watched it in Discord on the weekend, and I mean, I will say I don't think it was quite as bad as it was being promoted as being, like, or promoted, maybe not the right word for it, but it wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It was pretty, like, it had some issues. It had some pretty heavy issues. It just wasn't as bad as people were acting. But before we even get to the movie, we can't even get to the movie yet before we deal with the drama around the movie. Because this movie, and this was very much on the intent of the creators of this movie, was very they wanted it to be this way. And I bring you to this article as my proof. Ewan McGregor, also known as Obi-Wan Kenobi, says Birds of Prey will take a true look at misogyny. Ooh boy. Let's see. Birds of Prey star Ewan McGregor discussed how the upcoming DC film will take a real look at misogyny. Next year, Warner Bros. And DC's Birds of Prey will pit the eponymous, I'm gonna say it's Eponymous team.
Eponymous.
It's definitely Eponymous. That's right. Anyways, team of heroines against Ewan McGregor's Black Mask. While the first official trailer for Birds of Prey revealed that there would be plenty of action, Ewan McGregor told Premiere that the DC film will also take a true look at misogyny. As Ewan McGregor explained, most misogynists in films are often shown committing the worst imaginable acts of violence. However, Birds of Prey will take a look at the everyday misogyny through the dialogue, according to Ewan McGregor.
Are you sure?
I mean, they might have, like, built some stuff up a little bit on the high side, but there's a lot of, like, okay, before we get too far into the actual analysis of the film, I will say that I feel like the storyline is basically like women complaining about men that have annoyed them in the past with fight scenes in between is like the best.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, I feel like that's the way it was written. Like, it was written with somebody who had a chip on their shoulder who just wanted to bitch about men. But anyways, as Ewan McGregor explained, anyways, what interested me in Birds of Prey is that it's a feminist film. It's very finely written. It is in the script a true look on the misogyny, and I think we, the men, need that. We need to be more aware of how we behave with the opposite sex. We need to be taught to change like good little boys. The misogynists in the movies are often extreme. They are raping, they beat women, and it's legitimate to represent people like that because they exist and they are obviously the worst. But in the dialogues of Birds of Prey, there is also an allusion to everyday misogyny, to those things that we say as a man we do not even realize, to mansplaining.
Oh God, Ewan. Why?
Why did you have to ruin Obi-Wan for me like this? Now it's like I'm just gonna, like, look at Obi-Wan like he's a huge cuckler. And I look at this and they say that, oh, it's just subtle everyday misogyny that you may not even know. Like, every depiction of men.
I can't think of any everyday misogyny that's in the movie that's not, like, completely overblown.
Exactly. Not only is it not realistic to what happens in real life, where it's like the people doing this would get in trouble with their workplace because it would be a huge fucking problem, but it's like there's nothing that's subtle here. They beat beat you over the head. And we'll get into detail with it a little bit later because we are going to discuss the film in depth. But yeah, no, shut up, Obi-Wan. There's a reason Anakin left you. Lance. Let's see.
Why are you gonna do this to Ewan McGregor? I thought he was cool.
Man, you know what? They didn't even do it to him. Apparently, he wanted it. He had the domination ready. He's like, please take me, Harley Quinn. I need this. The next words. All this is in the script in a very subtle way.
Are you sure? Did he read the script?
I don't know. I hope that he didn't, because then if he did, I'm gonna have trouble believing in his ability to just use basic reading comprehension. But he found it brilliant. Are you excited to see Birds of Prey explore this comic? How do you think Ewan McGregor will do in the role of the Black Mask? So blah blah blah. Let's see. Full deals. Okay. Great. This is yeah, just general info about the movie after that point. Okay.
I need to look up Black Mask because I don't know who the fuck that is.
Black Masks, I don't know who the character is. I mean, I know that's who Ewan was playing, but he was a character, technically. So, oh my god. We got a lot to talk about with this movie. I'm going to give you guys a light story synopsis just so you can sort of follow along with our critique of the film. So, basically, let's see. How does it start out? Harley wants an egg sandwich, and she is very upset because she just left the Joker because he never realized that she was the best thing that ever happened to him. And that's pretty much it. Like, they don't really go into detail with that. So she leaves him. Everyone wants to kill her slowly because they realize she's no longer with them, and apparently they just want to kill her because Harley's a big deal, I guess. They don't really...
I think she like just was an asshole to like all of them, and they're like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah, that seems to be how it's presented. Or in one case, somebody wanted to kill her because, and I quote, "has a vagina." She has a vagina, and God knows those damn men, they see that vagina and they get so mad. So, anyways, everyone's after her, blah, blah, blah. She's worried about that, obviously. And there's this little girl who steals a diamond, which is supposed to give, like, a key to, like, some safety deposit box that gives you a fuckload of money. Anyways, the little girl eats the diamond, and then Harley has to protect her from all the mercenaries that the Kingpin, which is Black Mask, is sending after her. Fighting. Let's see. She pretends to care about the little girl for a while. She bumps into a bunch of other females who have their own little stories, which we'll get into later. Pretty much just fights until eventually Black Mask dies. Spoiler, I guess.
Honestly, I think they focused on the other people more than Harley.
They did.
Which makes sense considering the name.
I mean, we already know who Harley is, too. It's kind of established. But I would say Harley herself. Now, there's a lot of things I have to say about the overall quality of the movie. Harley herself was overall accurate to the character. Like, she didn't seem like she was, like, being heavily politicized just for the sake of sending some sort of message.
Honestly, I think she made the movie. If she wasn't in it, the movie would be garbage.
There was some shenanigans that were worthwhile because of Harley, like her whole desperate attempt to get an egg sandwich. She was kind of obnoxious at times, but I'm like the whole scene where she's just like acting like a hobo pouring cheese whiz into her mouth. I just felt.
I mean, that's just her.
I feel like that. Yeah, it's like I feel like on the way this film's written, they're probably doing this like, oh, we don't have to be pretty for you, man. But at the same time, I'm like, well, technically it sort of feels like that, but it still is within the realm of something that Harley would do potentially.
I did read that the actress wanted to desexualize Harley in this movie because the previous movie she was like super hypersexualized.
I think that they did an okay job of the costumes, like being like okay, so Harley was like, she still looks fairly sexy, like would bang still, but it's kind of like I don't know, like she feels a little like, I don't know, like a modern art student. It's just, she's just weird looking. Like it's not a costume you'd expect her to be wearing. So my only real gripe with Harley is I feel like she is not written well in terms of character development. Like I feel like, and we'll get into more of this later, but so she has a dynamic with the Cassie Cain, which we called Baby Fangman the entire movie because we couldn't remember her name. And the whole thing is she like sort of like develops a bond with her because that's the little girl who eats the diamond, and she has to look out for her to try to get the diamond from her, but obviously she like sort of starts to bond with her a little bit. You're like, oh, that's nice. She's developing a more homely side, shall we say. And the thing is, later on in the movie, she kind of backstabs her for the purpose of like just self-preservation. And it kind of like, for me, it like undermines any kind of progression she had as a character. So she's very much a flat character.
Although they did make it obvious that she wasn't okay with what she was doing.
Did they? Like before? Because I mean, the only time that, for what I recall, was when they when she ultimately, because in the end she does go back after and try to save Cassie from Black Mask, but at the same time at that point it was like, well, she had gone through the process of trying to get the diamond out of her. They still wanted to kill her. I think it was you who mentioned it's like at that point it was like, well, if he's obviously not gonna stop trying to kill Harley, so might as well get rid of him while he's off balance, because they had just killed a fuck ton of his guys. So I mean, does it really count as her having a turnaround? Although she did say she like felt a little guilty about it.
Yeah, she definitely felt guilty, although how guilty I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like she went from like being her caretaker to selling her to a mob boss to being her caretaker again within like the span of 30 minutes. So yeah. It was a bit disappointing, but I guess it is Harley Quinn, so I would still say it's probably consistent with the character. Like I would expect that kind of behavior out of Harley Quinn, even if it is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Next we have Black Canary. Black Canary wasn't really good in this movie.
She was okay. I'd rate her like third or fourth, maybe.
I don't know. It's like Black Canary, she just like, okay, so she just randomly can beat people up. Her mom was a superhero. It's never really clarified as to if she actually got taught anything or if she's just randomly super strong. But yeah, she beats up like giant motherfuckers all day. And she has the scream ability, which like it's basically Sindel from Mortal Kombat. I think you said that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. She felt like she didn't need to be in the movie. Like she didn't have any kind of character arc or any kind of character at all outside of just like mildly disgruntled individual who got stuck working for the mob boss.
See, the thing is, in the original Birds of Prey, she's like one of the original characters. It's so like her and Batgirl, like the original Batgirl.
I see. So she kind of has to be in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It almost feels like they didn't want her in there. Like they didn't like put any time into really giving her much of a story. Her thing is she hates cops because they fucked over her mom, and she's just kind of just in a bad mood all the time. That's really all it is. Let's see. Do you have anything more to add to Black Canary?
No, I think you pretty much hit it on the nail. Like they just didn't do a good job with her at all.
Now, conversely, and this is the thing, I say that Birds of Prey is like very much a mediocre film, but it's mediocre in an interesting way in that it has a lot of really bad points, but it has some really good points. Huntress is the best character in this goddamn movie.
Definitely.
She is like best girl by far. Okay, so first off, she's the only character that, well, they all have rationalization for them to be strong, but she has the bet. Like they bother to tell us why she is super strong. They tell us her story from the beginning about how she basically got raised as an assassin because her family was executed by the mob, blah blah blah, whatever. But not only does she seem like she actually fits like for a good reason to be that strong, but also she's never involved with the politicization angle, like the whiny jokes about how all men are bad or how all women must upstage all men. She just kind of doesn't give a fuck. She's there to like do her mission, and that's pretty much it. She does not care.
Yeah, I don't think she had a single scene where there was some political bullshit going on.
That, and she's also kind of adorable. Like I know it's weird because I'm just talking about how she's this assassin, but she's socially awkward. And there's this bit throughout the entire film where she's like trying to introduce her, because they keep calling her the crossbow killer because she uses a crossbow on everyone, and she like keeps like working it up. You see her practicing it in the mirror. She's like, "Who am I? I'm the," and then she always gets cut off. Even when she's practicing it in the mirror, it cuts her off. And it's just like it's the funniest thing, because you're like, come on, let her do it, and no one will let her do it the whole fucking movie. I think she gets it at the end, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Eventually. She has the best character arc just by that merit alone.
She also actually accomplishes her mission. She gets everyone on her hit list.
That's true. She is a successful, strong woman who is not obnoxious. Now we have the cop girl, Renee Montoya.
Or the character that shouldn't even be in this movie, because she's not Birds of Prey at all.
She's okay. Like, why is she? Okay, you know what? I know why she's there. I guarantee you. Complaining about men. The writers are like, we need a character that will facilitate us complaining about men.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, her original backstory had her like leave because she was a lesbian and there was corruption in the police academy or some bullshit, and they were like making fun of her or something. So they took that and then just ran with that for like the majority of the movie.
It was like, from what I understand, yeah, I think you mentioned it just now. She was a lesbian and something happened, but in this one, it's just like, what if men were just really obnoxious to her all the time? And I'm going to get into that in a little bit, because when we start covering the politicization, because there's a lot of it, we will discuss Renee Montoya and her very, very dark view of the world. Like, I struggle to believe that this kind of place exists anywhere, because I'm like, if men acted this way towards her, they would have an HR rep so far up their ass halfway through their first sentence that they wouldn't know what they were doing. It's kind of insane. That,
I mean, to be fair, it's canon that Gotham police are corrupt as fuck.
Okay, so maybe within that universe. But then again, this movie is about taking a look at everyday misogyny. So obviously it's meant to be a mirror of what is real. and you know what this makes me think of is, it's like, do these people, these people who lead towards the feminist side of things, or I guess you could say the more modern feminists, because I mean, no one's against like first, second wave feminism, where it's like, hey, give women basic human rights. Nobody's against that. Like the whole thing where it's like, oh, you're a feminist if you believe in equality. It's like, I mean, not if you believe in.
But
it's like
not what you're doing.
I think that the disagreement about whether somebody is feminist or not comes from when we think something is fair or not. As in, I think you're treated equally, you don't. And that's kind of, I guess, where the goalpost really is. Like, many modern feminists seem like they want to be treated better than men, not equal to men. So in that regard, it's like everyone thinks that she should be treated equal, but I'm like, do feminists really think that this is how the real world is? It's like, imagine how sad of an existence that would be, to think.
Just think everyone is out to get you at all times.
It's like there's these scenes where the men are just like, okay, I'm gonna go over like something early in the movie. It's like this scene where she's looking at a crime scene with her partner, and she goes up to this forensics guy, and she's just like, hey, have this bullet looked at. And the guy, it is so ridiculous. Okay, so she's a detective going up to this guy. When she asks him, he looks at her blank face and then slowly looks at the male partner, confused, like, why is this woman talking to me? And then he gives like this big shit-eating grin. He's like, okay, and nods at him. He's like, okay, good, we're good. I'm like, do you think that, like, if you go up to a freaking detective and ask, or I'm sorry, if a detective goes up to a lab tech and is like, hey, take a look at this for me, they're gonna be like, yes ma'am. No one's gonna fucking do that.
Seriously, what the fuck?
That's like one of the parts that really like, wow.
And they kept doing it. They kept undermining everything she said.
It's like, I feel like on one hand, I don't think the writers believe this is real. I don't. I really want to believe that they don't have this ridiculously twisted view of reality. What I think is they wanted to give, I feel like I said, this movie was made to bitch. And in that regard, I feel like they're basically going, they're trying to like get a negative am I right factor, like, oh, these men are so, but they're basically trying to get like everyone a hate boner, even though it's supposed to be majority women, and they're just trying to like work it up to like a ridiculous degree. I struggle to believe that people think that this is a realistic depiction of our world.
Yeah, I do wonder if they like overplayed it on purpose.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't feel like everyday misogyny. I don't believe everyday misogyny really exists, but I definitely don't believe it exists to this extent. So if your goal is to convince men that we need to change, I would wish that they would depict things that actually occur. That'd be kind of nice. Let's see. Do you have anything to say about Renee Montoya?
I think I already said everything.
Okay. Let's see. We got Cassandra Cain next. She's, I mean, honestly, she's completely forgettable. Her character is basically, she's somewhat gruff and she steals sometimes. Like,
She's funny sometimes, I guess. I mean, she wasn't a bad character. She just didn't do much.
yeah, she was very much, she was a very side character. Yeah, there's she wasn't written to have an important role and she didn't, so meh. Let's see. Black Mask, he was basically just a generic mentally unstable rich guy. That's about it.
Is it just me, or did everything about Black Mask just was extremely forgettable and should have just been removed from the whole movie?
So similar to Renee Montoya, I can't help but feel like it's them using him to tell the story they want to tell, which is again evil toxic white male in this case. Because it's like, let's see, what are his actions? He gets a girl raped, or we think she's raped. It's off screen, so we're gonna assume. He brutally murders people and just like fucks with them before he kills them. He's kind of just like brutalizes people and does evil shit the whole movie. I mean, it's,
Although that's what Black Mask apparently does in the comics too. He's just a sadistic asshole.
okay, so we'll say that I'll say that he's probably convenient for what they want to tell, but it's not outside of the character, so meh. It's passable. Yeah, oh, and his other primary trait is he wants diamond. It's his. He get mad when he no get.
Why I no get diamond? Also, he wants to kill Harley because
Oh yes, yes.
Stuff.
So the way that Harley, or this movie, introduces characters, well, specifically in the context of Harley, is she lists their name, sometimes she lists something about them, but the main thing is reason why they want to kill her. And when you introduce Black Mask, it cycles through a bunch of things really rapidly, and then it sort of pauses, and it's like, has a vagina, which again is like telling me, okay, this is toxic male boy. And then the part where they really hammer it home, voted for Bernie.
I missed that. Like, it actually said that?
Yeah, it said voted for Bernie. So I can't help but think that's what I'm talking about. They wanted this type of character. They're just like, look at this toxic white male Trump supporter. I'm just, it's just like they have this laundry list of things that they want to bitch about, and that's all this movie is like facilitating for them. Let's see. Any side characters? I mean, they weren't really notable anything on the side characters. They were just a bunch of like shitty people for the most part. That's all I have to talk about for the characters. What, you got anything more to add, Moon?
Yeah, they completely deleted a character that is like the main character of Birds of Prey.
Did
which
they?
is the original Batgirl. And I think they did it because she was paralyzed from the waist down, so she couldn't really fight. So she was the Oracle or whatever. So I think replaced her with Harley because she ends up training Cassandra to be the next Batgirl.
I had no idea about that. You see, I guess you were doing some research on the side.
Yeah, I wanted to look into the original Birds of Prey. It's supposed to be Batgirl, Black Canary, and then later they added Huntress.
Okay.
The cop lady was never in Birds of Prey.
Like, what was she even in?
She was in like some early comics, some early Batman comics.
Oh, that's strange.
She's a very obscure character that they just brought out because of like the feminist angle.
Oh my god, this movie, it's like it's trying so hard to be like, look at how horrible you are, men. But I'm like, but nope, nobody does that though. And it's like when they do that, they're like ripped out of their job by their ear and thrown out into the street. And pretty much yeah. It's like, this is not a publicly accepted thing. Like, you'll get Me Too'd for far less than a lot of these guys do. Anyways, as far as the characters, you got any more?
I think that's it. Wait. Yeah, as far as I'm just pretty sure that they replaced Batgirl with Harley. Like, Harley was supposed to take Batgirl's place.
It makes sense, because I mean, Harley's probably easier to depict as the strong female lead that they no doubt want.
Especially since Batgirl was paralyzed from the waist down.
Precisely.
They can't have handicapped people in Hollywood for some reason.
Not to mention, Harley is a sassy lady who left her man because she don't need no negativity in her life. But
they had to make a sequel to Suicide Squad, the movie that everyone fucking hates.
It's like, yeah, that was the movie with the Joker that everyone wanted a sequel to. Surely it was Suicide Squad.
Yeah, not Joker.
God, man, it's like it's so inconsistent, the quality of DC movies. It's like you go from this and then you stop and think, the same company that owns the rights to this owns the rights to fucking Joker, like one of the best movies we saw in years.
That movie was so fucking good,
and this wasn't. And I'm like, what? Why? Well, this was after Joker. You had caught your stride again. It didn't have to be this way. Oh my god. So, action design. It was mostly pretty good. I mean,
I think the action was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, like it was basically like complaints about men strung together by fight scenes. Now, I would say that some of it, like, it does sort of test the willingness of you to suspend disbelief, because like some parts, like where Renee Montoya, basically a basic cop, is like fighting these freaking giant ripped guys. I'm like, I'm not buying this, especially not fighting multiple of them. I don't care if you're a cop, you're like a fourth of their size, and most of that extra weight that they have on you is comprised of muscle. I'm not buying that.
Now that I think about it, I don't think any of the girls actually got hit in any of the fight scenes.
They really didn't. The only thing that like ever went against them, okay, so there's a couple things. Harley got shot in the neck with a tranquilizer dart. Nothing bad happened to her after that point. The only other times that Harley loses a fight, it's because she decides that it is not worth fighting. She's just like, whatever. She's like, okay, fine. There's a lot of you guys and you have guns on me. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
She never actually loses a fight or like you said, even gets hit throughout the entire movie.
I don't think any of them do it, at least specifically in the fight scenes. Like, they just somehow just obliterate everyone.
You see, and I think this is like something that it's not enough to have good choreography, because it had fun choreography. It felt like it was a compilation of intro fight scenes, and by intro fight scenes I'm talking like, you know how in a movie, like you have your first fight scene, you're introducing the main character, you want the character to just flex on everyone, look super cool, take down the bad guys while just being sick as fuck. That was every scene.
Every single fight scene was like that,
and the problem is there's no suspense because of that. It's just like, it really felt like they were like, we just need a power fantasy for all this bitching to mix it in there. it really felt like they were just trying to have a power fantasy rather than have compelling action, because there's a lot of storytelling you can have with action. Like, one of the cool trope oriented things that's fairly standard in action movies is you have like a rival character, the character who's on the bad guy's side, but he's also really good. There's nobody like that. And I was thinking about it at first, because when I first finished watching the movie, I'm like, man, every single one of those characters felt like they were like god tier, like Deadpool level characters. That wasn't the problem. The problem is
they didn't have any opposition that was on their tier.
Yeah, it was like, okay, every opponent was just like bouncer tier. Like, there was never like a specialized guy. Even Black Mask, he's not...
He was pretty garbage in the fights.
He didn't really do anything. He was just bouncer tier who has a gun.
Oh no, he's got a weird mask. It doesn't give him any powers or anything. He's just wearing a mask.
He gets really mad. He gets
really fucking angry.
Oh man, he's gonna punch his pillow so hard. So I feel like while they had talented people designing the action and it was fun to watch, the narrative aspect that sort of works underneath that action and facilitated within the story suffered as a result of them not wanting to depict any weakness whatsoever in the characters.
If you think about the Dark Knight movies, Batman gets his ass beat a ton of times.
Yeah, it's like Batman, when he's fighting fucking Qui-Gon Jinn on that train, he's getting fucked up. He gets lucky to get off that train in the Dark Knight movies. What's his name? Ra's al Ghul. I think of him as Qui-Gon.
Yeah. I just always think Qui-Gon. I forget his actual name.
Look, he's Qui-Gon to me. Just like you and McGregor. I'm like, it feels awkward saying that. I'm like, he's fucking Obi-Wan. What are you talking about?
What's up with fucking Batman universe having just Jedis everywhere?
I don't know. Maybe that's the sequel to Star Wars that we really wanted all along. Like, they all
the next movie is gonna have the guy that plays Anakin.
Is it really?
No, I just made that
God damn it. I'd fucking buy it. It's like, what if what it is they all got cloned in Star Wars and they got sent to a new universe or new galaxy.
They all ended up in fucking Gotham.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's like, what are you talking about, Ray? It's just a prequel to the Batman universe. Oh my god. What if it's like the serum that makes Joker go crazy or whatever it comes from Emperor Palpatine?
Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's great. I love it. But yeah, it's like I said, the action, they had talented people working on it. And you know how I said it feels like Deadpool? If I'm not mistaken, I can't confirm it because I heard it a while ago. I think they had some of the Deadpool people working on it, because it feels like very Deadpool in some segments, like how she be swagging on people.
I gotta look that up. They might have.
Music wise, it had music. I mean
it was, I liked the Black Betty scene. That was great.
Black Betty
but
scene?
That's just because they were in like the warehouse and Harley was beating the shit out of dudes while Black Betty was playing.
I don't know the name of any kind of bands because I'm very culturally unaware.
It's a song.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of generic pop music. It wasn't like the worst.
I mean, it fit. It wasn't like every song fit the scene.
Yeah, it was kind of just there. Like, it wasn't bad or anything. It was just, yeah, pretty forgettable. Except for maybe the Black Betty scene. But I'm too, like I said, I have live under rock tendencies, so I perhaps did not appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, now we get into the politicization of the movie. First off, like I said, every man that is written in this movie is a complaint about men made by social justice leftist types, and pretty much that and just generic feminist women. Nothing more. Like, name me one character. No, there is one character who is not that. I have undermined my own point while saying it. Do you know who that is, Moon?
Wait, hang on. What?
Were you researching the action
Sorry,
design?
I was reading something.
No, I was just saying there's one character one man in this movie that is not a complaint about men, and that is Sal.
Sal, yes, definitely.
Sal is
a god.
Sal has no lines in the movie because a good man is not seen or heard, but we'll forgive him for being seen because he provides Harley with food. That's pretty much it. He just makes her a sandwich. Every other man in this movie is legit just made to bitch about men. Like,
He is a silent man that makes sandwiches.
it's like, why can't men know their place
Get in the
kitchen?
kitchen and make a sandwich for me.
Exactly. Okay, now the intro for her cop and the what do you call it? What's her name? Romero or whatever. Oh, fuck, I forgot her name already. I just scrolled down a little bit. Renee Montoya. There we go.
I keep forgetting her name because she's so forgettable.
She is.
She's so bad. I just want her deleted. Every scene that she's in and that Black Mask is in, I just was like fucking almost fell asleep. It was so boring.
Black Mask, I don't know. Black Mask isn't, I don't think he's as boring as her, but yeah, he's not necessarily exciting all the time either. But okay, so the intro for the cop, I was rewatching this because I forgot something and I wanted to go back and look at it so I could take it down for notes for the show. And the intro for the cop partner is so much worse than I originally saw it. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. You kind of go into this movie expecting to roll your eyes a little, so I'm like, eh. So the intro for the cop, her partner is this idiot who is wrong about everything he says. He's like, oh, it looks like a gangster. She's like, no, guess what? You're wrong. And she asked the forensic guy for help, and I told you he like stands still and just looks at her, and he's like, I ain't fucking helping you until the male cop okays it. But then she's like analyzing the crime scene, and he's like offering his opinion on it. And she's like, hey, I'm trying to do my job, if you don't mind. Like, basically, fuck off, bitch, is what she gives him. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, during this intro, we have a overarching narrator, which is Harley, telling you that she was this hotshot detective who was always good at everything, and she solved a big case, but her male partner took credit for it. Another man taking credit for a woman's worth. It's like there are like 3 or 4 separate complaints about generic things that they are putting on men within the context of like the first couple minutes of seeing her. Let's see, what other politicization aspects do we do? Oh, all the cops are, of course, excessively dismissive and insulting the cop lady because she's a female. It's crazy. Like, every time she talks to anyone, they're always like laughing at her or just like ignoring her. The police chief is the same way. It's just all this big well, the police chief isn't as ignoring, but he's like, the male cop's like kind of against her, and he's just like automatically sides with the partner. That it's not like some big, like they were talking about like the diamond at one point, and she's like, oh no, I've been looking into this, and he's like, oh man, I'm not going after this. It was so stupid.
Oh, you got no proof. Well then, I guess we shouldn't follow that lead.
It's like, you don't have evidence when you're asking to go look for evidence?
Wow.
Fucking dumb.
You fucking suck. Worst cop ever.
It's like, it's not like there's such things as hunches where people like figure things out a little bit at a time. But okay, so yeah, it's just
kind of what a detective is.
Yeah, it's kind of, everyone is written to be like super shitty to her, like to a crazy extent. There's also like multiple rape attempts in the movie. Like, I don't know if it's like they had a dom fetish or something, or if they just wanted to depict all men as rapists. Because let's see, somebody tries to rape Harley. The girl in the nightclub, like, all she's doing is laughing. And Ewan McGregor freaks the fuck out at her, has her friend cut off her dress and have her on the table, and you don't really see what happens, but it seems very strongly conveyed that she is likely raped. It's like they really like try to hammer home the evil, toxic maleness of this movie.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple other moments where there was threats of rape.
Were there? I feel like there probably were, but I can't recall them offhand.
I remember that one weird guy with like the scars on his face was saying he was gonna rape somebody, but I can't even remember who it was.
Did he?
Might have been Black Canary.
I mean, look, we can just assume multiple rape attempts. We know there's multiple. The number cannot be counted. It is not possible. Let's see. And then I already went over this, the whole thing where he wants her dead because she voted for Bernie and has a vagina. Oh, and then there's this great moment, and I say great moment somewhat insincerely. It's a great moment, as in it's a great conversation starter. Cassandra Cain has a line where she talks about how she steals from stupid white people.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, this just feels like that whole thing where they like reinforce it's like, it's okay to be racist to white people because racism, as newly defined by bullshit artists, is prejudice plus power. So it's like, just imagine that. Imagine if Cassie Cain was white, and imagine she's talking about how she always has fun stealing from stupid black people. Imagine the fucking outrage. And it's like, yeah, it's a common thing to be like, oh, well, what if you flip the script? Well, it's completely logically consistent at the same time, though. It's like, it doesn't bother me because I don't make a big deal about like stupid things like that. It's like, it's obnoxious, but you kind of learn to roll your eyes about it because they do it every 5 seconds. But at the same time, it's like, there's such a logical inconsistency there. It really is obnoxious that they think, oh, it's perfectly okay to do this, but if they did that shit in reverse, like I'm saying, everyone who touched that film would have their lives ruined.
Definitely.
It is so crazy that they're just like really trying to like lay it on thick.
Like the double standards are ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's see. My overall opinion of the plot, it was really disjointed for a long time. Like they were flashing forward and back for a while, and it's like
it's all over the place. Like at what, like towards the beginning, I was really confused at what the fuck was going on, what the point was to anything. I was like, okay, I know people want to kill Harley, and then Black Mask is just being him. Like he's doing whatever the fuck he wants. I don't know.
I feel like what they did is they wanted to tell the story disjointed so they could pack in fight scenes fast enough because they didn't have faith that the audience would like stay interested. So they're like, okay, there's a little bit of plot here. Okay, let's get some more action here. Come on.
Well, that's good because I wasn't interested in anything that wasn't Harley or fight scenes.
Pretty much. Well, Harley, Huntress, and fight scenes were the
Huntress.
highlights.
When Huntress finally showed up, then
I need a Huntress movie. Like I would be down for that.
apparently she's in Arrow, but it's a different actress.
Then she doesn't count. She's a fake Huntress. Let's see. So I mean, besides that, like I've already covered, it's just a lot of nagging. Fights never really evolved beyond just like flexing on how strong all the characters were. Characters weren't really well written, didn't really have any real development outside of Huntress that kind of had like prequel development, and she sort of lightened up towards the end of the movie, which was also like heightened her adorability factor times a million. Besides that, yeah, I mean, overall, it had like a few glimmers of, oh, this was a good element. You could have used this to make the movie overall better. But it just had like such a negative overarching theme to it. And it was so lazy with the design. It was like they couldn't, it felt like it was written by a group of yes men or yes women in all likelihood. In the sense that they're just like, oh my God, what if Harley just beats the shit out of all these men every single scene and never has to try Yas Queen Slay? I feel like that was their editorial process, was Yas Queen Slay. So I mean, I don't know, how did you feel about the overall plot, and like what did you like and dislike about it, Moon?
I liked pretty much every scene Harley was in. I found enjoyable in Huntress. The Canary scenes are okay-ish, but then everything else, I was just completely bored out of my mind.
Yeah, it was like, I almost found it in some parts it was almost funny because like I said, you're sitting there like, this is what they think real life is like.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost our connection to our DVD lobby. I guess we sat around for too long. Well, I'm gonna remake it real quick. I mean, honestly, final rating out of 10, it was hard for me to figure this out because I'm just like, there were parts that it doesn't feel like it's like a 1 or a 2 out of 10 like everyone was saying. There were redeeming qualities.
It's not that bad. Yeah, I would watch it again if maybe not immediately, but in the future I would probably watch it again.
I would watch it again to laugh at it with a friend. Is basically like my
Yeah.
level.
I wouldn't just sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch Birds of Prey by myself."
Yeah. God no.
Unless I was like watching all the DC movies in chronological order or some shit.
Also, a side note, I really wanted to mention how funny it is in the very beginning, where it's like she's just living like the very basicest, like upset single woman life who hates men. Where she's just like being a slob, cutting her hair, getting an animal, and just being
Going
hyper
out
aggressive.
drinking, being fucking crazy.
Also, Moon, go ahead and ready up, please.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, overall, like honestly, Tim Pool is anyone who knows me knows I'm a fan of Tim Pool. I think he's one of the best journalists we have, and I like him overall as a guy. He's cool. He's in the camp of people who think it's the worst movie ever made. Like not literally, but very close to it. 1 out of 10 group.
I don't think it's that bad. I've seen garbage movies. It wasn't bad. It was just mediocre.
It had likable qualities in it.
Yeah, it had high moments, but it also had extremely boring moments that made me go, "What the fuck is this movie?"
Pretty much. Out of a 10 grade, I would probably put it between like a 4 and a 5.
I think I would go 6.
6. Ooh.
Because I did enjoy the Harley bits.
Yeah.
The action.
I don't know. I feel like the overall almost lack of a story for me, the lack of any kind of development, the lack of any kind of meaningful, even story within the action, like I said, that sort of pushed it to like a 5 for me.
That's fair. I would say it's one of those movies where you just turn your brain off and just watch action. It's like a generic action movie.
It's like a generic action movie if you just like every little detail outside of the action and even within the action in many places is obnoxious.
Pretty much.
That's really how it is. So, I will say it's fun to watch with your friends, if only for the purpose of laughing at how ridiculous the portrayal of reality is. Hey, Perlanders, how you doing today? We just finished covering Birds of Prey, which I'll probably clip and put up on YouTube. But my God, have you seen it, Par? It's like me and Moon says it's a 6. I say it's about a 5 out of 10, of course. It wasn't as bad as everyone acted. It had some fun and redeeming qualities, but it had a lot of cringe-inducing, obnoxious bullshit. And like, I can't help but keep coming back to it. Ewan McGregor's like, oh, it's a look at everyday misogyny. While every man, it's like, it's very subtle. I was amazed at the writing.
I'm trying to think of any scene where it was subtle everyday misogyny and not like, hey, so this guy just fucking hates women.
I don't know if like what overt misogyny would be. Like, would it be like a red alert noise that comes on? Be like, well, I'll ask somebody else who probably has a bit more of an informed opinion. It's like,
attention, everyone, alert. This guy is a misogynist.
Yeah, it's like, is that overt misogyny? What counts as overt misogyny to Ewan McGregor?
Does he know what subtlety is? Also, I don't think he's very good at being a villain.
Yeah, I mean, let's look. I don't know much about Ewan McGregor outside of Star Wars.
That's true. I've only seen him in Star Wars, so that's what I'm judging him on. He's really good as Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he's
fantastic. He probably makes the prequel trilogy. Like, he's the best part of it.
I have to wonder, how hard of a role is Obi-Wan to play, really?
That's fair.
How much acting range does that take? Let's see. Is a solid actor? Is he? Well, I know you're a film buff, so I'll defer to your authority in that matter.
Is there another good Ewan McGregor? Is it Ewan or Ewan?
I think it's Ewan. Yeah. Is there
there a good movie that's not Star Wars?
Yeah, because it's like Star Wars, I feel like he never has any range in anything. It's like he's always just the very mature, wise senpai with an accent.
Pretty much.
And then a little bit later, he has like one like really angry scene with Anakin at the end, and that's pretty much all. Okay,
Yeah.
Par is gonna say something crazy. Par, I need you to calm down.
Man, outside of Star Wars, Hayden Christensen is a solid actor too.
You know,
I mean, he wasn't that bad in Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't feel like he was outside of maybe episode 2. He was really
episode
fucking
2
awkward.
is really fucking creepy.
Goddamn.
Like rewatching that, I was just like, dude, Anakin, chill. What the fuck?
While it's not related to Birds of Prey, it is sort of in the same vein. I remember seeing this article written by a woman who's like, what if we rewrote Anakin as an incel in episode 2? And he turns to the dark side enraged because this is his whole life he's been told he's a prodigy and he deserves the best of everything. But Padme turns him down.
What the fuck?
Like, you really wanted to get Anakin that much? At least the guy had good intentions. You want to just turn him into a salty bitch.
I mean, she should have turned him down, because I don't get their dynamic at all. It's really weird. He's like the little baby, and she's like, oh, I'm going to marry you someday. You're going to have kids.
It's really odd because, yeah, it's like episode 1, he's a freaking toddler, and she's still like a relatively full-grown adult.
Yeah, she's like in her 20s or some shit.
They swap out
maybe a teenager, I don't know.
Yeah, they swap out the actor in episode 2 once she's probably like early mid-20s maybe, and they put a teen in there with Hayden Christensen.
I think it's the same actress.
Oh yeah, no,
you mean
they swap out Anakin.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, looks like we got a match here. Oh, wrong.
Suddenly he's old enough to be with her. But then, like, the whole episode 2, you're thinking, you were a little... There's a huge age gap.
Whoa, you got a
weird.
robot mode on me. Do some talking.
What? Talking hello?
Okay, it was cutting out just for a second. We're good.
So, throughout all of episode 2, it feels like she's like, dude, you were a little kid, like, last episode. This is weird. Stop.
Yeah, she's like, man, I don't know. Although maybe she just wanted him to push. She's like playing that hard to get angle. She's like, no, Anakin, we mustn't. And she's just like, yes, pursue me more. Tell me about how Coruscant is. But it's weird because, like, yeah, you see her, like, she doesn't really change her appearance too heavily throughout the entire series. Anakin goes from like 4 to a full-grown adult in the same span of time. We're just like, this is okay. This is okay.
It's so fucking weird. I don't get that dynamic.
It's like Padme just ducks under the pedo lens because she is in a spot where it's like, okay, well, he's full grown now. We can tolerate it now.
It's okay. She waited.
she was a moral pedophile. I feel like that we need that for her title, Padme the moral pedophile Amidala. That's legit how oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh man, I've never seen, but I don't think Hayden Christensen was bad in 3, but yeah, I do think that
no, it was pretty great.
Yeah, it's like I could feel like the ranges he was putting out there. It's like Star Wars always has a little bit of an awkward script, but it's kind of just like how Star Wars rolls. They don't talk normally in that show. They're very dramatic, and yeah, I was cool with it. Okay, what are we doing here? Fractured Cowshed. This map is getting fisted in the next update.
Now I gotta remember how to play this game.
Just hopefully it's not a toxic male killer. We need a strong female killer. You know what? If a strong female killer comes from us, I'm gonna have to just submit. Like I can't go against it. Not as a privileged white male.
Good thing I'm a small Asian female.
Spirit, by the way.
I'm gonna be. Oh fuck. Well, this is awkward.
Okay, where am I? Is this it? Oh, where is the window? Oh, there it is. Okay. Go over here then. Actually, no. This will set me up for a fast fault. Anakin episode 3 was great. Okay, Par gets it. Episode 3 Anakin, he's the bee's knees. Episode 2 Anakin, I mean, nothing was good in episode 2. Okay, we've obviously got a very skilled gamer on our team. When you get down,
episode 2 just fucking sucks.
No, I'm telling you, man, she knows what she's doing. Like, when you get down 3 seconds after your first hit, you know that it's a good player.
She got grabbed in a locker. I don't know if you saw that. I watched her on Empathy.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh god, Claude's trying to pawn her problems off on me. Come on, Claude.
Are you guys going for her?
I'll go for her. Because Claude's running the killer around the barn anyways.
Okay, I'm pretty far away.
Yeah,
I want to get this check gen done, though.
Okay, Thickums. Okay, fine. Oh my god, Claude is really running us to... Like, I unhooked Jane, and she ran...
I should have probably warned you. I'm watching her on Empathy.
Yeah, I don't even care about this Claudette. She can die. I don't care. It's like she's displaying some very strong Claudette tendencies.
That was pretty bad. She just ran straight to you guys.
She also wasted a couple pellets from what I saw. Okay, I'm gonna leave Thickum. Is Thickum still hiding in the locker? Well, to be fair, Jane was like right next to this. Ah, well, fuck. You know what? I'm okay with this, actually.
Looks...
I have borrowed time, so if Claude takes the hit, we're okay.
Oh god, you guys are fucking maniacs. I'm just watching all 3 of you on Empathy.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Whew.
I can't tell which one's you. Are you by yourself, or...?
I'm by myself. I'm running to the barn.
Okay. I'm gonna come get you after I finish this gen.
Okay, I've got the barn gen about just below 50%.
The fucking... Oh
nice.
God, she's gonna come straight for me.
This Jane is a complete idiot.
Oh my god,
like,
they both are.
Yeah, they're terrible. Like, the Jane, she legit has gotten locker grabbed twice. I don't know what the hell. Like, is she trying to do the challenge?
Maybe. Look, Rin. Oh my god, don't tunnel her, you mad lad.
I'm okay if they tunnel her. Like, neither one of these these players deserve any consideration for me.
She just went straight for the fucking... Okay.
Oh god, don't bring her to me. Go away, Jane.
Are you being chased?
Yeah, Jane keeps running her to me. Oh my god, Jane just pawned her problem off me. You stupid whore, Jane. I hate you.
Oh man. Oh, this is kind of scary.
Oh god, the phase got me. She actually got me with the phase there.
Oh god.
Advanced spirit mind games. Passive mind games. Damn, we're actually...
You saw nothing.
We're actually...
You saw nothing, Ren.
Getting this shit
Yeah, I
done.
ran that way. Go get... Oh shit. I think she might be coming back.
Come on, small bunny girl, you can do it. Borrowed? Yes. There we go.
That was pretty good. She's still after you?
Yep.
God damn.
I body blocked her, so I'm okay with that.
Now I gotta find medkit. Okay, I'll go get this person to heal me.
DS is still up. Don't fuck it up.
Hello, Janie. I wish we both had adrenaline right now. That would have been useful. Oh god. Oh god.
Please have the pellet up. Okay, we got the pellet up. Ah, she got me.
hope this Jane has solidarity. She doesn't. Damn it.
Okay, I have a feeling this Claudette is gonna not hesitate to open that door. Nope.
Yeah, figured.
That's how Claudettes are.
Shit, checked what door it was. Oh god.
It was the one that's like in the direction that my character is facing.
Okay.
She's kind of proxying, which is to be expected. There is a pallet like right in front of me, so there's something to work with.
Hey girl.
Very nice. Hatch is also right next to where I was.
I see it. Okay. This door's almost open.
Okay, yeah, the doors are both open.
We're good.
Gangbang me. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, I'm still gonna be injured after this because I gotta mend.
Yeah.
Oh! Why you do that to us, Spirit?
Damn, we should have left.
We still got our blood points out of it. It was just a rank 15. Had BBQ, had a fairly decent build.
Oh yeah, look at me. I got all the blood, right, got all the score. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh well.
Look at that baby Claudette.
It's like, did she really not want us to get our healing points that bad? I feel a friend request was received from King Rylan.
That would be the baby Claudette.
No, I'm not going to join a party. You can eat dicks. You were terrible. I hate you. I am not a fan. That was a salty
you.
girl.
Oh, never mind. I got one too.
Okay, good.
I was like, what the fuck? I did the most.
Okay, so let's see. Where are we headed now in our podcast of topics, as opposed to other podcasts that don't have topics? I presume. Let's see. Oh yes, Elon Musk versus CNN. Oh boy.
Battle.
Yes, the final battle between good and evil, legit. Okay, so there's a bit of controversy here. Let me hop over to browser mode real quick. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop. Okay, let's just take the stories, because we have several stories. We're not going to read through all these stories in their entirety. We're going to hop around between them just to sort of, because some of them re-report the same thing. So just to get to the point, I have some of them highlighted. This one we'll read the full thing. It's not that long though. Elon Musk's promised ventilators never delivered to California hospitals, governor's office says. Okay, so this is something CNN reported, that Elon Musk failed to deliver the ventilators. He was promising to help out in getting ventilators for when there was a shortage of them. So, I mean, man, that's pretty fucked up. I mean,
what the fuck, Elon?
I mean, you have, like you're one of the richest men in the world, and you won't help in a time of crisis? You say you will, but you won't? What kind of man does that? Let's read on. We need information. And CNN is the best place to get it. Elon Musk said last month he obtained more than 1,000 ventilators to help California hospitals treat patients infected with the coronavirus. And, excuse me, hiccups. An effort California Gov Gavin Newsom hailed as heroic. Now, more than 3 weeks later, the governor's office says none of the promised ventilators have been received by hospitals. The fuck? Anyways,
look, guys, I got ventilators.
I got
you
them.
ain't getting them, but I got them.
I didn't say I was going to give you none. At a March 23rd news conference, Newsom said the devices which can provide life-saving support to patients infected with the virus had already arrived in Los Angeles and were on their way to hospitals in need. I told you a few days ago that he was likely to have 1,000 ventilators this week, Newsom said. They've arrived in Los Angeles, and Elon Musk is already working with Hospital Association and others to get those ventilators out. It's a heroic effort. Shortly after the dramatic announcement, Musk said in a tweet, China had an oversupply, so we bought 1,255 FDA-approved ResMed Philips and Medtronic ventilators on Friday night and airshipped them to LA. If you want a free ventilator installed, please let us know.
Thanks, China.
Huh?
I said thanks, China.
Yeah, thanks, China. Let's see here. But despite the claims, none of the ventilators promised by Tesla CEO have been delivered to hospitals, according to the governor's office. Elon Musk and his team told the state that he had procured ventilators and wanted to distribute them directly to hospitals with shortages, a spokesperson for the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services told CNN Wednesday. The administration is communicating every day with hospitals across the state about their ventilator supply, and to date, we have not heard of any hospital system that has received a ventilator directly from Tesla or Musk. Spokesperson for Tesla did not return CNN's request for comment. The news was first reported by the Sacramento Bee. And one of the things Tim Pool brings up, and he's worked in news reporting for a long time, so he's familiar with this, is that a lot of the time these journalists that write these stories, they'll basically like contact you like an hour before they air them. Like, hey, we contacted them, they didn't say anything. So it's like I don't know if they did that, but I'm very much okay, sure. When they said that Tesla didn't reach out.
Funny. They called the hospital and some lady was like in a rush because they're like nuts over there, and she's like, "What? No, we didn't. Whatever." Just fucking hung up.
Well, we don't know about that.
Like, well, I guess they didn't get them.
No, that's the thing. They didn't even call the hospital. They called the governor's office, who told them that he hadn't delivered anything. So the let's see. We already read that. Musk tweeted at Newsom overnight asking him to fix this misunderstanding. He also posted email screenshots between him and the Los Angeles County Health Department official, allegedly showing that they had tested ventilators. Major U.S. companies like Ford and Apple have also announced plans to produce ventilators and donate face masks for healthcare workers treating patients infected with the virus. Last week, Newsom reassured residents that California has enough ventilators to meet the projected needs. And so basically they had tested them, but nothing was delivered, if we're to believe this. Should we believe this? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's CNN. They're always credible.
Yeah, I mean they're the most trusted name in news, I believe, is their go-to shtick. So let's go ahead and read this from Mediaite. Let's see here. Elon Musk attacks CNN for report his ventilators weren't delivered. Surprising CNN still exists. This Elon, he screws the needing people of California out of their ventilators, then he goes after a trusted news network like CNN.
How fucking dare he?
Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk attacked CNN on Thursday after the network claimed in a report that Tesla's promised ventilators were never delivered to California hospitals, citing a statement from California Governor Gavin Newsom's office. What I find most surprising is that CNN still exists, the billionaire responded. I fucking love Elon Musk.
Whoa, CNN's still around?
He's like, what the fuck is CNN? It's like Elon Musk is like one of the few like meme worthy billionaires. He's like, I could want, like, there's not a lot of billionaires I'm like, I'd hang out with them, it'd be fun. Elon Musk is a fucking great like meme lord. I love Elon. But then he said to Gavin Newsom to fix the misunderstanding, please. So let's see here. Musk then posted screenshots of 2 emails purportedly showing the Los Angeles County Department of Health Services confirming the receipt of ventilators. They worked great during testing today. We will put these to use tomorrow, the department told Tesla on March 27th. As you can see, it looks like it's cut off in this one. Let me see if I can find it here. Pulling the tweet now. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's see. Hey, Philip, do you know if those ventilators went to use? They worked great during testing today. We will put these to use tomorrow. Thanks.
Nice.
Sounds like they're happy with it. I wonder why CNN and Gavin Newsom's not happy with it.
Thanks, Philip.
Let's see. These ventilators will be quickly deployed in our hospital in anticipation of the coming wave of patients who will be suffering from the most severe effects of COVID-19, one hospital wrote. Your gift gives us a fighting chance. So everyone but Gavin Newsom seems to be pretty on board that Elon's kind of a bro and hooked them up. See, I literally have the receipts. This is so dumb, Musk added. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. What kind of billionaire is just like, this is so dumb?
He's just looking at it. He's like,
He doesn't give a shit.
I don't have the ventilators anymore. Like, what do you think happened to them?
It's like, what I like about Elon is like, it feels like he talks like a normal person, in like his ability and willingness to just be like, hey, CNN, stop being fucking stupid. But at the same time, he's amplified so much that CNN can't just ignore him. So it's kind of great in that regard. But yeah, CNN hasn't updated the article with Musk's response. And then update, CNN's head of strategic communications, Matt Dornick, responded to Musk's tweet by writing, weird to attack CNN for what the California governor's office said, especially when your own spokesperson at Tesla didn't respond to requests for comment. Seems like your outrage should be directed at the entity that made the claim, not the one that reported it. You new to this? Woo.
Whoa.
This boy be getting spicy with Elon.
I want to know who in the governor's office actually said it. Was it just like the janitor? He was like, I don't think they got him yet.
I don't know. It was from his office, so we'll not assume the worst, and we'll presume it's somebody who is in charge of making releases of information. I think they do mention it somewhere though, but I will get to it. I'm sure it's in the article somewhere. But yeah, I don't believe that it was made by somebody of unfitting ability to make such an announcement. Although then again, with their competency, I guess whether they're unfitting or not is somewhat questionable. But perhaps you're unaware that Twitter has a search this is Elon. Perhaps you're unaware that Twitter has a search function. The hospitals themselves acknowledge the receipt of the ventilators. Musk shot back, prompting Dornick to question, are you referring to the sleep apnea machines that the American Society of Anesthesiologists warned may increase the risk of infections transmission? Somebody needs to get a little bit of a copy editor there. That's not good English. If so, you have a press office. Why not just have them to respond to the numerous inquiries from reporters? Okay, Dornick also went on to claim that Musk is producing no ventilators at all, which, I mean, he never claimed to be. He said he was buying them from China. But in a follow-up article on Friday, CNN reported that it had contacted 10 California hospitals identified by Musk in the partial list of recipients he posted on Thursday, and of the 4 hospitals that responded, all said that they had received bi-level positive airway pressure or continuous positive airway pressure machines, devices that can aid breathing and can be used for sleep apnea. None had received ventilators. Elon, what the fuck? First you're lying about getting ventilators, now you're giving them something that's not what they wanted? That's not what they needed to get this job done?
Wait a minute.
Elon, I mean, he keeps winning me back, and then he keeps losing me. I'm gonna.
He's like, look, I thought they were ventilators. That's what China said.
Yeah, China was like, yo, it'd be cool. You have a good time. I'm like, if I was more popular, I might get in trouble for that one. I guess I will be thankful for my obscurity.
It's okay. I'm kanji in my name.
Okay, good. All right. Anyways, let's move on though, because CNN, like I said, they're a credible journalistic entity. There was some lacking information presented, so they're gonna make sure that everyone has a full picture. Because, like I said, they're a $1 billion company. So let's see. Elon Musk says he sent ventilators to California hospitals. They say they got something else instead. Included in the tweets from Musk was a partial list of hospitals he said had been sent ventilators. In another tweet, he said the donations were based on direct requests from the ICU wards, with exact specifications of each unit provided before shipment. I was not personally aware of that list, Newsom said at the press conference. I'm very encouraged that he put out that list, and those specific hospitals, that's where he had been sending those resources, and I look forward to learning more about where they went, and I'm grateful for his support. So Gavin Newsom was clueless, and that's bad on Gavin Newsom. He should be on the ball. He's the governor. His job is to lead people, and we need good leaders during this time. So I will say there's some shade for Gavin Newsom. Could have done better.
This is what happens when you don't have a Terminator as your governor anymore.
That's true. They could have done better. If Arnold was there, maybe things would have gone better. But at the same time, I'm sitting here like, okay, CNN, multi-billion-dollar company, hundreds of employees, hundreds of journalists. I don't know how many exact, but shit tons. We'll say a metric shit ton of journalists. Nobody thought, hey, let's get more information on this. Let's just go with what one source says and call Elon Musk a liar who cons people out of life-saving equipment in the middle of a pandemic. Let's just throw this fuck ton, like oceans worth of shade on Elon Musk.
They're like, man, the world's pretty bad right now.
Like,
you know that Elon Musk guy? Fuck him.
It's like no one at the office thought, hey, maybe we should be like, are you guys sure about that? Let's look around. See, no one thought that. But it gets worse because, I mean, look, they've got it cleared up now. He gave him BiPAP and CPAP machines, not ventilators. Fucking con man. They still got it. Elon tried to bullshit his way out of it. And they're like, no, Elon, we are the center of justice, CNN. And we're not going to allow that. Continuing. All right, ventilators or something else. Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
CNN contacted 10 California hospitals identified by Musk in the partial list of recipients he posted on Thursday. Of the 4 hospitals that responded, all said that they had received bi-level positive airway pressure or continuous positive airway pressure machines, devices that can aid breathing and be used for sleep apnea. None had received ventilators, which they said earlier. And then there's a lot of just like unnecessary, basically quotes that comprise this, so I skipped through that. And of course, if you guys want the full article, go ahead and ask for it in my Discord and I will give it to you. But CPAP machines typically start for around $500, while BiPAP machines can be had for about $1,200. Ventilators, however, range in price from $20,000 to $50,000. Man, Elon be cheapskating. Of course, these are machines that he just happened to have available in China and was able to procure, but he's obviously a piece of shit. In response to the confusion Thursday, an official in Newsom's Office of Emergency Services told CNN, "We wouldn't necessarily have visibility on every hospital. And based on the information we did have yesterday, the statement remains consistent." Tesla did not respond to repeated requests for comment from CNN. I mean, honestly, I feel like at this point, Elon's like, look, nobody likes you or respects the job you do. I reach more like, people.
Whatever. I did it. I don't care what you say.
It's like
I fucking did it.
It's like that's the thing. It's like he gets this equipment that remember, these were things that they specifically asked him to get. It was delivered by their request and to their specifications. But he does that, and then CNN just comes out of nowhere. It's like some random person off the street's like, "Hey, I didn't know you were a piece of shit." It's like, what the fuck does he have to prove to CNN? It's like, does he need to answer their comment? Like, he can go on Twitter. CNN's a dying network. He can go on Twitter and reach more people. So it's like, what the fuck it reminds me of PewDiePie when they were slandering him. He's like, I don't need to give you an interview. I can talk to more people than you'll ever reach.
I gotta just make a YouTube video and that's it.
It's like
everybody sees it.
I do love the era of single personalities being more powerful than the media, which, I mean, it wouldn't really be as like enjoyable if it wasn't for how corrupt they are. But no, I mean, you know what? I'm full of shit. CNN's setting the record straight here. What am I talking about? It's disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Now, this is a quote from the American Society of Anesthesiologists about the difference between the ventilator and a CPAP or BiPAP. In patients with acute respiratory failure, it may be prudent to proceed directly to endotracheal intubation because non-invasive ventilation, CPAP or BiPAP, may increase the risk of infectious transmission, it says. In an interview with CNN on Thursday, Carlos Nunez, the chief medical officer for ResMed, a manufacturer of ventilators, CPAP and BiPAP machines, said CPAP devices are the gold standard for treating patients with sleep apnea. I know because my mom actually uses one. If someone drops off a CPAP as a gift to a hospital, that's a nice gesture, but those should be used for people with sleep apnea, Nunez said. Hospitals will scratch their heads and not know what to do with them.
I'm pretty sure they know what to do with them.
I mean, they requested them, so I certainly hope so. But bi-level devices, he said, are capable of delivering ventilation and can be used to support patients who need help with breathing and potentially buy some time for hospitals until a patient might need more critical care from a ventilator. There are some hospitals, like in hotspots, where the worst case scenario, if they run out of invasive vents, which by invasive they mean like ventilators that actually have the tube like go down your throat, as opposed to these which are mainly just like a mask you wear, from what I understand.
Okay.
But anyways, they could use them instead in like worst case where they don't have the ventilators. You're saying. Nunez said that the bi-level machines, I don't know if it's actually been used yet, maybe in isolated cases. So this is some like freaking fringe level shit. Elon's just piling shit on people.
He's
So
like,
now,
here you go, free stuff. And they're like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with this?
pretty much. So now we go through Twitter. This is user Viv, random guy who points out a few interesting facts. C/BiPAP machines are a type of ventilator. It literally on both of the ResMed and Johns Hopkins Medicine websites says so. And I actually went on there because I'm like, I don't know if I want to take this guy's word. It does legit say that they are ventilators. So the consideration that they're not ventilators, they're a different type of ventilator. And then he's also responding to this John Passatino, which is a director of coverage for CNN. This is John Passatino here. Elon Musk posted in a list of California hospitals yesterday. He said that had received quote unquote ventilators. We called all of them, and every one that responded said they received CPAP, BiPAP, not ventilators. Okay, so this guy's basically saying you're full of shit, Elon. Then 2, hospitals have been saying repeatedly that the machines donated by Elon Musk are much appreciated and can be converted to critical care capable. And 3, most importantly, fuck off, John. That's legit. I also like this one. Elon comes back, ever the savage, advertising sales people dressed as truth tellers. I can talk. I know how to talk.
I don't.
That's pretty much their role, is to fill shit in between ads. And this is just this guy. I like that meme. Fake news. Yeah, pretty much the stuff you'd expect.
Switch the...
Oh, did I not switch to browser?
No.
Okay, I think we should be browser now. Let me look. Yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is the tweet I was referencing. So, yeah. So these are types of ventilators, but they're not the types of ventilators they need, you see. That's fucked up. Elon's hooking them up with ventilators that they don't need in this pandemic. That feels like he's just trying to make a show, acting like he's a good guy. Well, let's see here. They aren't ventilators. This is just user D. They are old BiPAP machines. Most of the hospitals have banned BiPAP machines in setting of COVID due to aerosolization. Basically, they put the virus in the air. And this is a list of all of the hospitals, well, some of the hospitals that receive them, Northwell Hospital being one of them. The reason I bring that up is this man works for Northwell Hospital. Alexandre Adrianov, MD. We are making them into invasive vents, my friends. It's an easy convert. Super easy to do it. How easy are we talking? We don't even need to read this article.
I don't know, man.
Just the title.
I don't think doctors can figure it out.
I don't know. But apparently Northwell converts BiPAP machines into ventilators for hospitals or hospitalized COVID-19 patients using 3D printed adapter.
God, I fucking love 3D printers.
3D printers are god tier, but it's like, okay, so let's zoom out a little bit here. This started out because we'll be nice to CNN. Let's say that CNN was just being lazy. We'll say that they were being horribly lazy in a scenario that would detriment the reputation of a famous individual. CPAPs are okay. Now I can see chat. Sorry, Par, I couldn't see you earlier. CPAPs are just max and machines fill the tank with water, strap to face, and go to bed. Yeah. I mean, they can be converted apparently into the type of invasive ventilator, but they are type of ventilator. So
to be fair, he didn't actually give them ventilators. He gave them things to convert into ventilators.
Well, that's not even fully true because the CPAP and BiPAP machines are considered ventilators. Okay. The manufacturers of them are labeling them as ventilators. It's just that they're not the type of ventilator that is preferred for COVID-19 patients because they put they aerosol the particles into the air. So in that regard, I mean, they make a fair point there, but this, not only is this what the hospitals requested he bring them. Remember, he got the request from them and delivered it to their specifications, but they also are extremely easy to modify into the exact type of ventilator that they actually want. So I can't help but see this as extreme negligence at best and just dishonesty. But then it's like the media, it's meant, like, you have political commentators, which are obviously meant to push their own viewpoints. That's what people tune into them for. But the news is meant to inform the populace. And we need to be able to count on the news in a time like this. There's so much uncertainty. We need to have a clear picture of what's going on. And it's like CNN, in this case, not only didn't do their due diligence to figure it out, but even afterwards, they didn't really bother to present the full story. At best, they were like, hey, they got to the point in this whole coverage we've had here where they said they're not actually the endotracheal ventilators, the ones that are invasive. They never got to the fact that they're still useful because they can be converted very easily into those. They never covered that.
So they still never corrected themselves?
No, that article I read you from CNN where they said that they weren't actually ventilators, not giving the broader context, that is the latest thing they put out on it.
What the fuck?
And it's like, you can't help but feel like they specifically don't want to report the full story because it's so much more sexy for their ratings if they have this fucking billionaire piece of shit. You look at him and you're like, my God, this man, we're in a crisis, and he's just doesn't care about anyone. I feel like it's better for their ratings, so they don't want to do that. And also they don't want to admit they were wrong. They don't like, they have this strong narrative that they're this credible agency. Nobody believes it, but they won't give it up that they make all these mistakes still. So it's like they don't want to own up to their mistakes. They're just like, yeah, I mean, this may not have technically been accurate. The second article basically was, yeah, I mean, this sort of happened, but, and they just like, when the damning context comes out that shows, hey, this wasn't really as bad as you were presenting it, they just ignore it because they're the most credible name in news. They don't know
what you're talking about. We got it right the first time. We didn't give them exactly what they needed.
It's like,
even though it's what they wanted, and they can easily fix it.
And it's like, you see this so often when it comes to the divisiveness in our country. They obviously divide along right and left really heavily. That's just how they are. But even if we overlook that, which is frankly more charity than they deserve, they're trying to divide between the rich and poor as well. It's like they're trying to make it look like billionaires are all these huge pieces of shit. They did it to the MyPillow guy. The MyPillow guy has converted a significant portion of his business to developing masks. And they're just like, oh my God. He like mentioned...
Hey, what'd they do to that guy? I love that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He turned his life around, started making pillows for everyone, made him a successful business, generates money for both him and the people around him. But no, he like had a speech with President Trump, and one of the things he said was like, okay, well, now we're all hunkered down. I think now's a good time. We need to be close to the people in our lives, like our family and well, not so much friends, but family. And we need to reapproach how we look at God in America and be thankful to him. And like, just generic, like, he's a religious guy. Good for him.
That's a pretty chill thing to say.
Yeah, and they're like, he's pushing religious propaganda in the middle of a pandemic. And it was all this outrage about it. And it's like, the businesses have come together really heavily in this pandemic to try to help people. There's a lot of businesses that are keeping people on, even though they don't need them because they can't work. And it's detrimental to their bottom line, but they're doing it anyways. Like, our upper class has... Now, I mean, obviously they're not all perfect, but there's a lot of them who've put in the extra mile, and Elon's one of them. But they don't care about that because they see it as the bad story travels further than the good story. There's a saying, the bad news, or I'm sorry, no, it's the lie travels halfway around the world before the truth puts on its boots. So it's like, you see this, you see this broader context, which requires a good bit of research to really understand. And it's like, few people are going to understand this. Not a lot of people are going to take the time to follow up through this. But
pretty much, yeah.
But everyone, like, it was just like Glitch was showing where they were talking about like how that one lady on Twitter was saying that Trump told somebody to drink hydroxychloroquine or something and they died.
Yeah,
and
that's been going all over the place right now.
And that it's a complete misrepresentation of events. But she seems to be sure that that's what happened because that's what the media reports. And it's... like, this lie, they're never going to correct it. And if they do, it's going to be so far in the future that it's not going to make a relevant impact. Like, that's tends to be how they do it. They'll go ahead and they'll have it on their prime time. Hey, Elon Musk is a huge piece of shit who doesn't fulfill the promises he makes. And then they're going to come in later, like in some fucking back article on their website at the very bottom of that article, once everyone who's going to read it has read it, they're like, by the way, these CPAP machines and BiPAP machines can be converted to the invasive ventilators. Okay, bye.
They probably wouldn't even mention that that's connected to the Elon Musk thing.
Pretty much. They're very underhanded with how they correct it. They never correct it in the same intensity with which they proclaim moral outrage for. So it really does stoke a lot of division in our culture, because it's like people are going the extra mile to work with each other, but they're still committed to making it us versus them. You know, they're very upset when they get labeled the enemy of the people. And I would never advocate violence, so don't take it as me saying that. But when we are trying to get through a pandemic and understand what is going on, the fact that they willingly, and later on it was very much willingly and knowingly, perpetuate misinformation and try to turn us on each other, it's hard not to take that claim of, hey, these people are the enemy of the American public or the American people, and sort of say, I mean, we don't want to advocate violence, but yeah, they're kind of working against the good of the people.
I don't get it. Like, there was a very short period when this first started where everybody was working together, and then once things started to plateau, they're just like, all right, back to hating on everyone.
I really feel like what it is it was once the conversation had nuance is when everyone started. Excuse me, needed a sip. That's when everyone started hating on each other again. Like when there became a question of how was best to proceed. Because at the beginning it was like, okay, this is a pandemic. We don't know how bad it is. Everyone locked down. Everyone's in unison. The government's like, okay, look, you guys have your rights, but we need you to work with us. Everyone's like, okay, got it. It was great. It was unifying. But now it's like, hey, we're actually going to create a famine this way. So... and the virus isn't as risky. Many of these more recent statements these studies are showing that the infectious rate is higher, but the death rate by that nature is also lower. So it's like, it's not as risky as we thought. Still risky, still dangerous, by all means. But we're also creating situations where we have food shortages. Like, we've had some of our most significant meat plants have to close down. So in that regard, it's very much a mixed bag, and there are reasons, and you're creating all this poverty within the American public and the world, really, where it's killing small businesses. You're going to create this poverty, which is going to mean people are not going to have as much access to food, medical care. There's going to be all kinds of crime because people are now going to be poorer. I believe it was estimated, it was something like, I want to say 40,000. I'll have to look it up after the stream, but it was like 40,000 people die per percentage of unemployment, and we're at 22% as opposed to how we were fully employed before this happened. So it's like they want to act like it's like, oh, you unreasonable pieces of shit, you just want to get out and get your hair cut. But there's a very valid and practical reason why, for the good of everyone in our culture, we do need to start trying to reopen. Now, no one is saying not to take reasonable precautions, but we need to stop acting like we just can sit with our what do you call it, just sit with our hands in our pockets for freaking months on end and not have it be a massive repercussion as well.
Man, my dad owns a Taekwondo studio.
Yeah.
And he can't run it right now because of the lockdown.
Yeah, it's like
they just extended our lockdown for a couple more weeks now.
And I think the problem is there's a lot of nuance to this. Like, it's not a clear-cut option. But I think that the problem is that you get people who are on the side, and I don't want to, it is on the left a lot of the time. The majority of them that want to stay locked down for however fuck it takes and just have the government print money, which, by the way, you can't eat. Well, you can eat, you'll just probably die.
I could eat money.
But they just want to have the government print money until this is like a 0% risk. Not to mention, it's like the flu is not a 0% risk. You can randomly die for the flu. And now, if the multiple studies that are coming in are to be believed, which we don't have any reason to believe they're not to be believed, the death rate is actually showing to be about as low as the flu. It's just that it's much easier to transmit because you transmit while asymptomatic. and that there's a lot of asymptomatic people walking around. Let's see, as a country...
I was actually... Sorry.
No, you go.
I was actually learning more about Ebola the other day.
Yeah.
And the reason Ebola didn't spread like this is because it was only spread when you show symptoms.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everyone knows, hey, stay the fuck away. Okay, we're on, what do you call it, Hawkins, so this is probably going to be a dicey match, but okay. Let's see. As a country, we're going through the 5 stages of grief and not enough have reached the acceptance stage. I would generally... I would say that's sort of true. Like, that's part of the problem. They're not accepting that, hey, people are going to die either choice we make. And it sucks. No one wants that, but we have to accept that that is the case. But I think that it's also that we have this tendency, and I think modern politics has really done this to us, where whenever we disagree with somebody... Oh, God, somebody's nearby. Okay, I'm just going to keep working.
Oh, boy, Piggy.
It's Pig. Okay, okay.
Oh, no, Dwight.
So anyways, we have this tendency, though, in politics where whenever we disagree with somebody, we dumb down their point of view to the weakest reasoning possible and pretend that's it, and never try to understand anything beyond that. And I feel like that's happening to a large extent with the virus, because, like, if you look at the... Oh, God, I fucked up. If you look at the left's opposition to the virus, so much of it is like, these idiots want to just go get their fucking Fuddruckers and get us all killed in the process. Oh, I feel like she's coming through this hallway. No? Okay.
Let's get out of here, Dwighty.
They don't have any comprehension that there are people who are reasonably concerned about the fact that there is a definite body count to not getting back to work. So, yeah, I feel like we need to stop trying to dumb down everyone's argument and try to understand where they're coming from.
If you can get to Dwight, he's like almost healed.
I don't know where he is. I'm upstairs, though.
Self-carrying, never mind.
Okay, he's self-carrying, then I don't need to worry about him.
He's also got leader, which is nice.
Okay, that's handy.
Whew.
Basically like shitty free will make it.
Pretty much.
Okay, upstairs Jen is done.
Okay, I don't have iron will. Damn it.
She downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the stairs then. God, I'm like right above her. I don't know where she is though.
She's chasing me, so... Oh God, she's got me.
Okay, I see where you are.
Piggy, why you do this? We can be friends.
Damn. I was hoping she'd go through an area where I could pallet slam her. But I think that a lot of this is just like the consequence of the way we've been doing political discourse for so long.
I'd agree with that.
What's coming for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, now to find another Jen.
Dwight, you need to get that hat off.
Dwight doesn't care. He must save the bunny. Oh, damn, I thought I saw a Jen up here. My mistake.
Oh, this is awkward.
Come on, Pig, don't be like that. You got a hat for a reason.
Why you do this to me, Piggy? I stab you in the neck. Pig, why are you chasing me like this?
God, I'm in a position where I can't find a damn generator.
Why is she tunneling me? I need to get this fucking thing off. Leave me alone.
I took a hit for you.
Come on, get lucky. I didn't get lucky.
Oh, God. Damn it. I was hoping I had a pallet left here, but I do not.
I have a feeling I'm gonna die from this hat.
I believe in you. Figure really likes me.
Are really spaced out weird. Oh God. Oh God, Dwight's gonna die.
Ah, she got me. Come on, Dwight, what are you doing?
He's dead. He's totally dead. There's no way. Oh yeah, he's fucking dead.
Aw, Dwight.
No, he tried. I'm probably gonna die too.
Oh no.
I think she's got tamper timer.
Maybe.
Oh fuck.
Oh
Why
damn,
is it
I
upstairs?
almost got to wiggle out too.
Why is this one way the fuck upstairs?
She's heading towards somebody who's running with a mask on.
Oh well, I'm dead. Oh god. Come on.
This one person's
dude.
walking around thinking about saving me. She might do it.
Wait, what's in here?
Oh my god, this person is determined to just walk to me. Come on, Yui. This is one scared Yui right now. Pigu is very scary, apparently. Come on, Pigu, you can do it. Or Yui. Oh god, you're both right next to me.
Well, I was getting tired of waiting for Yui.
Yui just body blocked me. Thank you, Yui. Thank you so much.
Oh god.
Bang up job, Yui.
I'm gonna try and make my way over to you.
Oh my god, Yui just tried to cuck me again.
Shit. Are you being chased?
I think I might be free. Yeah, I'm free.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, well, I gotta get this head off too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I got a
Yeah.
med kit, so I can heal myself afterwards. Although no generators are being worked. You should probably work a gen instead, honestly. We need to get some
Find
gens
one
off.
first.
If you can see me on empathy, there's a gen right next to me.
I just crossed paths with them.
Oh god, she's running her next to where? Oh my god, you're running her right to me. Go away. Okay, here we go. It's like I've had a lot of teammates that it's like they're not quite sandbagging you, but they feel like they are.
I need to find a gen. No, that was done.
Also, where that one guy died, he had a med kit that had an insta heal in it. Oh my god, Yui, do not run her to me. Oh my god, Yui, why?
Where did he die? I don't remember.
It's near where I am. I don't know if you have empathy. There's also a gen near where I am right now.
I found a gen.
Okay, good.
It's gonna work it. It's a really bad position though.
I'm getting pretty unlucky with this trap. Oh my god, I just fucked up. No, she's gonna know where I am now.
Yeah. Oh god.
Come on. Damn it. Okay, so it's the one upstairs I gotta search.
That's the one that was me too. Man, you's doing a good job of running her.
Okay, good. Whew. Just barely ducked that, but I'm gonna go down again.
Damn it.
Yeah, I had a feeling she got caught wind of me when I fucked up my skill check, and then she followed me to the next one. Oh god, she wants to... Okay, no, she didn't basement me, thank god. Am I gonna get to wiggle? No, I won't get to wiggle out. Sadness. Oh wow, we're actually one gen away from getting out. That's surprising given the situation.
Oh hey Piggy. How's it going?
Oh god, the other person's across the map and probably not going to try to save me.
Oh god. This is...
Oh no,
it wouldn't let me grab you. She was body blocking. Well,
Yui, come on. Okay, she's coming. She's coming. Come on, Yui, I need a hero. Yui, don't you let me die.
think she's gonna grab me first because she's right next to me.
Oh, Fig came back for me. God, I'm so, like, maybe. It's really unlikely she'll make it to me in time. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Thanks, Yui.
No.
Oh, big sad, big sad. Oh, well. Let me go ahead and get our next topic pulled up while we wait for the remainder of the match. So coming up next, we have the mysterious vanishing of the Jameson family, which I found all these crazy mysterious disappearances. This one was just the most interesting among them. Here, let's watch Moon, see how he does.
I'm not even trying at this point.
Pig, you wouldn't hurt a small bunny, would you?
Oh, hey.
She's just a little bunny, you know hit. See, she knows, she knows. She don't want to hit
really
no small
wants
bunny.
Yui because she hasn't downed her once.
She just wants them stacks.
She's like, what the fuck?
The hatch, Yui's near the hatch.
Oh, it's in the lab?
Yeah, it was in the general area. Do you have empathy? Yeah, you can see her.
Yeah.
Like, she ran by it. It's in the opposite direction of where she just went.
I wish I could find a med kit or something.
It was in one of these rooms. I can't recall which, though. It was just in this general area. Oof.
No.
That's all for Yui. Oh, she's putting a hat on her. Okay.
Just gotta get them hat points.
I guess so.
Alright. Let's see what happens with this Yui.
She's currently hanging on hook.
Okay. I guess I will try to save her.
Pig is camping. Oh, never mind. She walked off. Yeah, you're good to go.
She's telling me not to.
Don't listen. She walked away. I don't know if she's circling back. Now neither of us have visuals since I'm watching.
I'm gonna save you, Yui.
She's not... Yeah.
I will save you.
Okay, she's like coming right back. Oof! Oof, the fucking, what do you call the, well, what is that called? Lariat?
No, leave Yui alone.
Clothesline, there we go. I know words.
Let her go.
Oh, poor Yui. She did her best. Well, she did her best for you.
I'm trying to sacrifice myself so she could get out, but she doesn't want to kill me.
I'm still bitter about this Yui just being like, I'll get you whenever, Steve.
She only grabbed me because she was right next to me when I got hooked.
I don't care. I reserve the right to be bitter. Oh god, is this Yui gonna be able to? No, she's gonna die.
Well, I guess I should see if I can crawl to the hatch.
Yeah, Yui has lost. Okay. Okay, well that tells us where this match is ending. I think we're okay. On back to our scheduled programming. Let's see. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me get a swig of some water first real quick. Delicious water. Was running a tad low.
Just gonna chill here.
Just gonna chill out. So this one story, I feel like it makes me think of like how life feels so normal for the most part. Like you get your routine, everything's nice, cozy, relaxed.
Dark.
What?
I'm gonna make it.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I left the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. You did it.
I did it.
You did it. You died a hero.
I did it.
Or you lived a hero. There you go. Second one's true.
Yes.
Good job. Good job. All right. Anyways, back to our story. It makes me think about like how life is so predictable, almost safe. You get into this habit of feeling like nothing bad's gonna happen, and it's like things can just be upended at any notice. And this really speaks to that. So this is a bit of a small explanation in this title, but he said his house was haunted, then his family disappeared.
I hate when that happens.
It's like all the time. I'm like, what the hell, family?
Seriously? Why? Where'd you guys go?
But
Just
no,
a ghost.
it's like, honestly, just saying like, oh, it has some crazy paranormal aspect. That's not even the crazy part to that. Like that's the tame shit. Well, not the tame shit, but it gets way weirder. Okay, so forgive me, I was settling in my chair a little bit. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start with this article here. It's not too long. It won't be too long. We'll skim through it. So, on the fall evening in 2009, the Jameson family disappeared into the woods of Oklahoma, leaving behind a set of bewildering clues and a case that remains unsolved today. Bobby Dale Jameson and his wife Cheryl Lynn and their 6-year-old daughter Madison were living what appeared to be normal lives in Eufaula, Oklahoma, until October 8th, 2009. There's the family that went missing. That day, all 3 of them mysteriously disappeared from their home with no indication of where they could have possibly gone. After a few days of searching, the police turned up the family's pickup truck, but it only raised more questions than it answered, which they don't really cover this in, well, here, let's see. The truck was found in Latimer County, about an hour drive from the Jameson home. The family had recently been in the area looking to buy 40 acres of land where they planned to live inside of a storage shed that they already owned. So this doesn't really fully cover it. It just says it was basically found away from their home in another county. But I've seen where it was left. And it's really weird because it's like, it's the definition of a nondescript patch of road. It's just like there's nothing there. It's just their truck pulled into the dirt with nothing around it. And that's the last clue they have. Well, outside of the things that were happening before then and inside the truck. So, okay,
Wait,
so, huh?
They plan to live in a storage shed?
Yeah, that's really weird. It gets weirder, though. There's way more weird stuff, and including stuff about the storage shed. This whole situation is just, it's like, what happened to these people? But okay, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, but the items discovered inside the truck seem to indicate the couple had not planned to be away from the truck for long. And inside, investigators found their ID wallets, phones, Sherilyn's purse, and the family dog, which was malnourished but still alive in the back seat of the truck. They also found $32,000 in cash.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like that's a lot of money to just randomly be carrying around with you. Makes you wonder why. Both Bobby Dale and Cherilyn were on disability at the time of their disappearance, and where they could have gotten that much cash or what they intended to do with it was unknown. It's like, okay, so these people, they're just like everyday people. Like, it's as viable as them having for $32,000 cash as it would be for me to have $32,000 cash. And I'm not the kind of guy who just springs up with that kind of money.
No, where the heck would I get that?
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck? That's honestly the $32,000 cash, and we'll get more into that later. That's like the weirdest thing, because it's such an insane thing for somebody to have, and these people have no means of getting that. But and they left it in their truck when they disappeared.
Yeah, meaning that, we don't need that money.
The thing that's crazy about that is, like, if they were robbed or if like somebody ran them off the road, which is honestly something you wonder about, although there were no other tracks found, why wouldn't they have taken the money? It's like,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's like a year's salary at some jobs. And those aren't even bad jobs where it's a year's salary. So it's like, it doesn't make sense. But let's see, investigators suspected that drugs may have been involved in the disappearance and that the large amount of cash was the result of the couple either buying or selling drugs. Well, I don't think they were equipped to buy them, but we'll see.
Selling them would explain the cash.
It would, but at the same time, this is just a blind suspicion. The couple has no history of illegal drug use. This is legit just the cops don't know, and they're like, maybe. But they couldn't explain why they would have brought their daughter along with them. That's another thing. It's like, if you're selling drugs, why do you have your family pet and your daughter with you? It's like,
look, man, they hide the drugs in the daughter's clothes.
You hide in the diaper. They're like, hey, my daughter needs a side change. If you've got some baby wipes, I might let you handle the changing. But no, it's still really weird. Like that's the thing. It's like every explanation, there's something else to mitigate why that would have ever happened. So they couldn't explain why they couldn't explain why they brought him along. Let's see. And it was impossible to tell from the condition of the truck if they had left voluntarily or if they'd been forced out of the car by someone else, perhaps leaving their belongings behind while under duress. A search party was formed, and investigators combed through miles of woods and the surrounding area looking for any trace of the Jameson family. They turned up nothing. A grim discovery. The case went cold until November 16th, 2013. That day, just 3 miles from the truck was found. From where the truck was found 4 years earlier, hunters stumbled upon the partial skeletal remains of 2 adults and 1 child. Forensic testing proved they were the skeletons of the Jameson family, but due to the state of decomposition, the cause of death could not be determined. The police went back into the case. First, they uncovered a strange security video taken outside the Jameson home the night they left. In the video, the couple was seen going back and forth between the house and the truck, packing up their belongings. As if that weren't strange enough, prior to their disappearance, Bobby Dale had gone to his pastor and claimed that his home was haunted, saying that he had 2 to 4 ghosts on the roof.
Well, that's a weird. What are they doing on the roof?
Exactly. It's like, what the hell is that? It's like, okay, ghost story, fine, whatever. People have those. Who the fuck has ghosts on the roof?
Yeah, there's like 2, maybe 4.
2 to 4.
Just chilling on my roof. Are you sure that's not Santa Claus and his elves?
But hold on, I have the video here, and I think you've already seen it because you recalled.
Yeah, I've seen the video, but
yeah, it is kind of weird, and there's more details that the police offer here. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. But as you can see, they're walking out there. Now, the second angle, you see a little bit more. The weird thing is, like, in none of this do they ever interact with each other. Do they ever look at each other? There's nothing other than just them walking. And the police describe it as them being sort of like almost in a trance. Now, the thing about that, and the thing that's not shown in the video, because the video is very hard to find online. I had to look into this one guy's channel who had it. I couldn't find the original video. The cops do confirm it's real, but it doesn't seem like it's publicly available anymore. Now, the thing is, though, I was reading over an interview with one of the detectives, and they were saying that what really made it strange is that they were taking an insanely long time to pack up their truck. Like, they had like 50 to 60 trips going out there. Like, it took them all day to do it. And they kept carrying things to the truck and out of the truck. Like they were in a trance, they were saying. Like, it didn't seem like like I said, they never spoke to each other. They were just like walking back and forth. It almost seems like, and like the amount of stuff found in there, it doesn't seem like they found a whole lot. They just found like the kid, well, the I think they said like the chair for the kid and the dog and some money. It wasn't like it was loaded up with like a million different things. So it does beg into question. It's like, why were these people just walking to their truck and back all day, seemingly looking like they were busy without actually doing anything?
They were trying to trick the ghosts on the roof. They were watching them.
Advanced ghost mind games, I guess. It's very strange. But anyways, let's see. So yeah, 2 to 4 ghosts on the roof, though, is where we left it. And there's
now, didn't they say they checked the woods when they found the car?
That's another thing. It's like, okay, well,
why didn't they find the bodies then?
To me, that makes me ask, what if the bodies weren't there when they checked the woods?
That's a possibility.
Yeah, it's
they
like
died afterwards.
If this was and it sort of does lend itself to that, because remember, there wasn't a lot of evidence about. It's still so strange any way you slice it. It's like if somebody abducted them, you'd think that they'd found like tire tracks from another vehicle, that they found something. They didn't. There's no sign of a struggle. They just disappeared. And
they time traveled.
Who knows? But it's like it does make you wonder, did their bodies get taken? Or were they taken? They weren't killed right then and there, and then they were killed later and dropped off there once the heat had died down. So there's a lot of questions as to what really happened to them. I guess that's the nature of a cold case, I suppose. But
why didn't they take the dog?
Well, I mean, I guess they didn't want to deal with it. No reason to. It's not like it's going to snitch.
You don't know that.
But it's very yeah, it's very odd because it's like if you go with the angle that somebody kidnapped them, then where's the evidence of this other party there? There's not any. But at the same time, how do you explain their bodies not being found there? It really, I mean, you could say that maybe the search party missed it, but if they had a large manhunt operation going for several days after, and it was only 3 miles away from where it happened, I mean, I'm kind of finding it doubtful. And it wasn't really like a mountain range. It was like a hilly area. So it's not like it wasn't the greatest terrain, but it wasn't like, I've seen videos of the place where it happened, and it's not like it was like impossible to cover terrain where it's like, oh my God, no one can make it up the side of this cliff. So no one ever found them. So I don't know. The whole thing seems crazy sketchy, but now we're going to get into the Satanic Bible that was found and what's going on there. Okay, Sherilyn had also purchased a Satanic Bible allegedly as a joke. However, Bobby Dale confessed to his pastor that he had read it, leading some people to believe that witchcraft may have been a factor in their deaths. Sherilyn's mother, Connie Coquetan, believed that the Jamesons had somehow gotten entangled with a cult and were murdered by violent members. But she never named the cult, and no evidence has ever been discovered to supply or to support the theory. Now, I have another article which we'll be looking at in a little bit, but first we're going to cover some other theories.
Police even think Satanists do witchcraft.
Well, satanic cult, I don't know if that's necessarily the same as a Satanist. I want to say there's some sort of difference, but I don't know. But yeah, basically some evil worshipping cult that wants to sacrifice people, which I mean, I guess they probably do exist, but they obviously aren't necessarily the types that just be like, hey, we're here, get used to it.
Y'all ready to sacrifice?
It's like, all right, who's your firstborn? Come on, don't be shy. But there's other.
All day.
Satan's a busy man. But there's other theories though. Let's see. Police did look into the theory that it had been a murder-suicide. They uncovered an angry letter written by Sherilyn to Bobby that was 11 pages long. This led them to speculate that Bobby Dale had driven his whole family into the woods, murdered his wife, daughter, and then himself. But this theory could not be proven. So yeah, she did write an angry letter. It was basically like, hey, you're a shitty dad. Just generic, frustrated relationship stuff. Why she wrote a letter instead of talking to him, I don't know, but yeah.
It could be one of those things that she's just venting and she wasn't actually going to give it to him or anything.
Yeah. Excuse me, need a little swig there. So, I mean, it's a possibility, I guess. But then again, that doesn't answer the question, why were their bodies never found? And also, what that doesn't address is, why was there $32,000 in the car?
Look, man, murder's expensive.
I guess so. He had to like pay his own assassination fee to himself.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna kill them, but I gotta pay me because I have a split personality. Where I am the assassin, but I am also the victim.
The assassin side of me would be really mad if I double crossed him, and I don't want to see him mad. So yeah, I mean, even that doesn't make any sense. There's so little sense. Plus, if you're gonna murder them, why would you go out into the middle of nowhere? Why wouldn't you
bring the dog?
Yeah, that's another question. Why would you bring the dog? Why wouldn't you just do something like shoot the wife first, then go to your daughter's room and shoot her? I know it's a little ugly sounding, but there's no logical reason for so many things in this case that I find that hard to believe.
And why were the rest of the family seemingly in on it? They were like, yeah, let's go get murdered.
Well, it was only the daughter who was 6, so I mean, it's not like she would really know anything better. But it's very suspicious, and it doesn't address the biggest, most puzzling thing, which is how they got all that money that they had no means of obtaining, and why they took it with them.
Time travel.
I guess so. Another hypothesis considered that Bobby Dale's father, Bob Dean Jameson, had been involved. Bobby Dale had filed a protective order against his dad, claiming that he had threatened to kill him and his family, and that they were afraid for their lives. Hi, Train. Bobby Dale's petition for a protective order paints the picture of a very dangerous man who thinks he is above the law and was involved in prostitutes, gangs, and meth. So, I mean, this guy sounds like he could be a little bit on the shady side. Let's check our chat.
Damn it, Bobby.
Okay, we're still about the same where we were. Yeah,
So this guy's name is Bobby, and he named his kid, or no, his name is Bob, and he named his kid Bobby.
Yeah, not necessarily original, but then again, that's a country thing. They like to have that long lineage going.
Damn it, Bobby.
So the thing is, though, Bob Dean Jameson died 2 months after the Jameson family went missing and had been in poor health for some time. His brother, Jack Jameson, claimed that he was either in a hospital or a rest home at the time, and although he was a disturbed individual, he was not capable of being involved in the murders. So this guy was on his deathbed when all this happened.
Dude's in like a fucking retirement home, and he's like, hold on, nurse. I need to go kill my son and his family.
He had
and
his
then
nurse
hide them in the
drive him.
woods and not take the money. And then I'll go back home.
He just like chased them down in his walker. Okay, and then the case seems to have many leads, but none of them led anywhere conclusive, which is pretty much the conclusion I'm making as well. And the investigators remained unsure of what to make their mysterious appearance and death. Israel Beauchamp, I guess, who had been the Latimer County Sheriff at the time, stated that a lot of investigators would love to have as many leads as we do. The problem is that they point in so many different directions. Despite all the mysterious clues and theories, police haven't been able to untangle the mystery of the Jameson family deaths. The case remains unsolved to this day. Now, I wasn't necessarily satisfied with some of the details because I'd seen some interviews and they didn't cover everything there, so I went ahead and dug up this other one that it covers more of like the paranormal angle of what was going on. Okay, so let's start with the initial statement given by the family's pastor, Gary Brandon, who claimed the family had been involved in spiritual warfare and believed their home was possessed by spirits. No, this doesn't exclude drug use. In fact, it may argue for it. But we must point out that the police found absolutely no evidence of illegal substances or drug use at the property. Prior to her disappearance, Sherilyn Jameson had claimed that the spirits of a long-dead family lived alongside them in their home. Even more disturbingly, that their daughter Madison spoke frequently with the youngest spirit member of the family. Bobby Jameson had asked his pastor, who it should be noted has since moved out of the area and will not speak to anyone about the case, about acquiring special bullets and a satanic Bible that might be used to exorcise the house of its spirits. So, just an aside,
I just am imagining Bobby with his spirit gun just like shooting at the ghosts that are on his roof.
Well, I mean, who uses a satanic Bible to exorcise an evil spirit? Like, where does
that seems like the wrong plan.
It's like that's usually known for inviting the bad stuff in, not necessarily getting it out.
Maybe you should have got like an actual Bible.
That might be a good idea.
Like I don't know, King James version.
Like, regardless if you believe in it, it's certainly a better idea than a fucking satanic Bible.
He's like, look, I don't like any of the versions of the Bible, but the satanic Bible is a pretty good read. So,
man, they say I can have sex with whoever I want, kill whoever I want, do drugs whenever I want.
Begone, spirits.
Oh yeah, that too. Let's see. During the initial investigation, a witch's Bible was found in the Jameson house. Then investigators discovered cryptic messages written on the walls of the moving container. So, remember the storage container they were going to live in?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the family was using the house side storage. One of the messages read, 3 cats killed to date by sick people in this area. Witches don't like their sick black cats killed.
What the? Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like, is that a threat from like a local witch coven? I don't know.
Are they fighting witches now?
I don't know. It's very
He's
strange.
like, look, I got ghosts on my roof. I got witches fighting. I need special bullets, man.
I need my spirit gun, man. Yu Hakusho this shit. We good. Hold on 1 second. My dog is getting uppity. 1 second.
Do you think that like the dog was a werewolf and that's why the dog did it? Holy shit.
The dog was it was all along. The dog, that's it. The dog
That's why you needed special bullets, because you needed silver bullets to fight the dog.
The dog was the werewolf, and he ate the people and then vomited them up years later. That's what it is. It's advanced dog mind games.
It all makes sense now.
We all got outplayed.
They were just going to Vegas with that money, but the dog was like,
that's my money. I'm getting me a new collar.
But then the cops came and were like, "Oh, look, a dog's stuck in the car," and he's like, "No, wait, damn it."
But anyways, moving on. On November 19th, 2013, an article was published in which Sherilyn's mother, Connie, who speaks with unnerving lucidity during the interview, stated that she now believes a religious cult was responsible for the family's disappearance, and her granddaughter, Madison's, was on a cult hit list. That part of Oklahoma is known for that, cults and stuff like that. From what I've been told and from what I've read, Connie said, I was told around the time of Sherilyn's disappearance that she was on a cult hit list. The unnerving, perhaps subconscious suggestion here is that Madison may have been a sacrifice to a cult or used in a satanic ritual. Which, let's see, there's no information on the source of that claim or why she believed a cult was responsible and had targeted Madison. That's actually not true, because I looked up an interview with the mother on this when she was talking about it. So apparently what had happened was she's saying she was contacted by a lady. I'm sorry, no, her friend was contacted by a lady who used to be in I think she said white supremacist cult that got into Satanism or something. I'll post the interview in the Discord later. Fuck? Yeah. But apparently that lady had found like books with people's names in them, and some of them were crossed out. And when she had contacted the people in those books, or tried to, she had found they often corresponded with missing people. So that's where this whole thing sort of started up. Now, this source is unconfirmed, this information's unconfirmed, but that's one of the reasons why she's leaning in that direction, it looks like. Okay, let's see. However, it should be noted that in 1993, around the time of the David Koresh Branch Davidian cult compound near Waco, Texas, the Oklahoma newspaper ran a story in which a U.S. Marshal confirmed that some cults have found a home in eastern Oklahoma, and some of them are extreme. Another story about the Oklahoman reported the mysterious case of Tommy Raymond Estep, who disappeared after a trip to Eufaula, the same town where the Jamesons lived. Police found his truck abandoned at a highway, crossroads on 35-degree north latitude. That's going to come up later. Which brings us back to the paranormal explanation. We've discussed the details of the family's odd descriptions of their Eufaula home being possessed by spirits of a family that died long ago. We discussed that Bobby had been reading a satanic Bible and had asked to their pastor about getting special bullets to kill the spirits that were haunting them. It was also reported that Sherilyn Jameson had suggested to at least one friend that she was a witch, and we know she, or possibly Bobby or Madison, scrawled a strange message about witches on their moving container, which we don't necessarily know they did. I think this person's making an assumption to that, which, I mean, it's possible. Let's see. Now let's tie in other disappearances and murders in the area, as well as the disturbing pattern regarding the 35th degree latitude. This is interesting. So, yes, you see this fucking pentagram on the map that has to do with this.
What the fuck?
Okay, so both the Jamesons and Tommy Raymond Estep disappeared at this coordinate, which is also the site of a brutal murder that occurred in Anadarko, Oklahoma, a month before the disappearance of the Jameson family. I believe they're talking about the 35th degree. Pastor Carol Daniels was found viciously sadistically murdered in her church, a crime scene that District Attorney Brett Burns described as the most horrific he had ever seen. Daniels' nude and mutilated body was staged behind the church altar in a crucifix position. The location of this murder rests on the 35th degree latitude, and the same coordinates at which the Andrea Yates drowned her 5 children in the family bathtub in 2001. Occult psychic and Kabbalist Salog. They don't have a last name. They're just Salog. Sounds like a fighting game character.
Salog.
It's like we just run into these fighting. Pretty much. It's like we know Salog is like the Voldo of reality. But anyways, calls the 35th degree latitude the line of tragedy, as countless other murders and deaths have occurred along this path. We're gonna have to look at that, like murders along the 35th degree latitude. I kind of want to research that more. But yeah,
I think I've heard of that before.
I've not heard of that one before personally, but yeah, that is rather interesting. Let's get back to our chat. Sorry I couldn't see chat while we were reading over this. Let's see. Nature finds a way. Wait, what? That's not suggestion of that statement. wouldn't assume sacrifice. I would assume she was murdered for fucking with the cult. I mean, you could see it in either direction, to be fair.
It could be considered the same,
Let's see.
really.
Your death has just been accelerated if you get on any hit list.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what a hit list is.
I mean, yeah, that's generally like, okay, this is a to-do list. Although apparently it was quite long and had a lot of people that had gone missing on it from what they were saying. See, that's pretty crazy. I mean, just there's so many questions with that, and not like they said at the end of the first woke. America is just a large pentagram. Oh my God! Wake up, sheeple! You got to be awake.
And part of Canada too.
Oh my God! Canada abducted this woman. That's how they get so much maple syrup. It all makes sense. If you draw a pentagram on a maple tree, then that tree has a pentagram on it, just like
Holy
that map
shit.
did. Firm proof. Everyone needs to wake up to the realities of this world. We're laying down the hard truths that no one wants to accept. Oh my God, it's just like everything about that is just so like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like I was watching the interview with the mom, and she described how she was happy when she found out that her daughter was dead.
What?
Yeah, well, keep in mind this is years after. I thought that too at first. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Because she's like, oh, it was so relaxing and calm, and it was a sense of joy. I'm like, oh, okay. But you got to think about it. And it's like, it's really easy for us to sit here and be like, you're a fucking weird lady. And she probably is to some extent. But you got to like think about like the thing you were most nervous about in your life that you've ever done. And think about the weight of that question that it had on you. Not necessarily what would happen, but the unknowingness. Like it could go one way, it could go this way, just running your mind in circles of all the things that could possibly happen. It's
that makes sense. She finally died, and she was like, well, at least I don't have to worry anymore.
It's like, she's probably like, we've seen her now after these years have passed, but it's like, she probably, it's not that she didn't grieve for her daughter, it's that she had to grieve for her daughter, and she had to grieve for all the other possibilities of things that were happening to her daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just like, I know that like the things that are like the hardest things I've ever done in my life, it's always like, I always try to teach myself this, that it's not what will happen. Like, it's not, I'm not scared of failure. Like, let's say a classic one, which when I was younger was much scarier, asking a girl out. Not scared of being rejected. Because I mean, rejected, it's like, it sucks, you're awkward with her, you're like, okay, whatever, bye. And you feel shitty, you get over it. But at the same time, that's not what scares you. What scares you is you're overwhelmed with possibilities. It could happen that way. It could be like a big thing where she freaks out at you. It could go great, and then you've got to figure out what to do. There's so many possibilities, and your mind is trying to wrap your head around all of them at the same time. And it's the collective weight of those possibilities that is a huge burden.
That's true.
So I feel like that's been that mom's entire life for these years. So she's just like finding out, it's like, okay, well, I figured this is probably something, and now I know, and I can breathe. I feel like that was probably where she's coming from.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like at first, and like I was watching comments to the video, and everyone was like, yeah, this lady seems really chill about her daughter dying. But yeah, after thinking about it, I can empathize with where she's coming from on that.
I mean, she probably still agreed, but she was also like, at least it's over.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not great. She's not happy about it, but the question's done. Yeah. Okay, let's try to get another Dead by Daylight match going here. Let's hop back over here. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Let me get a swig of water. God, I'm running out of swigs here.
So, was it saying that Cheryl was a witch?
Apparently, she
part of that cult.
I don't think it was saying she was part of that cult. I think it was saying she was, or some people had believed she was practicing witchcraft. Apparently, she told somebody she was, but I don't believe it was saying that she was part of that cult at any point.
Why did the cult have it out for them?
That's a good question. Maybe she was. Maybe she was.
Maybe she was, and then she left. And they didn't like her leaving.
It's possible. There's no shortage of questions, only answers.
But then, what was going on with the ghosts on the roof and the special bullets?
Yeah, we need to know. Did he get his special bullets? That is another thing, though.
Did the pastor ever say if he could get special bullets for shooting ghosts?
I don't think the pastor got him ghost bullets. But no, that's another interesting thing, though. I didn't mention this, but this was also brought up in the interview. They had a gun, and the gun was never found.
What the fuck?
So that gun, whatever happened with it, they were in a situation where that gun disappeared with them. And both them and that gun without a trace. It's so strange because it's like, just think about it. It's like this normal family, nothing really going on. They're having some ghost shit going on. They're having some family trouble. So not the greatest life, but one day they go into a trance, this crazy, weird thing where they're like just walking back and forth to their car, looking like they're packing, but not actually doing it. Like I said, they brought items to the car and then brought them out of the car repeatedly. And it
that's the part that is really confusing. Is they kept taking them in and out and in and out. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
It's almost like they're not really in control of their bodies, and something's trying to make it look like that's what they're doing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then
like they were possessed, and it was trying to make it look like they were packing for a trip, but they weren't actually.
And then it's like they just drive off into the middle of nowhere, vanish without a trace, no sign of any foul play. Then the area is searched. And then 3 years later is when their body gets found in the area that's searched.
Yeah, like where the fuck were the bodies?
That is such a weird story. I'm like,
where did the gun go?
I was looking through a bunch of stories. I'm like, I've got to cover this one. This one's just insane.
And what was the money?
Yeah, and that's
what were they gonna do with the money? Pay off the cult?
And it's like, how did they get the money? If it was drug related, why was their daughter there? Why was their dog there?
Why is it still there? Why is the money and the dog all that was left?
And let's be real about it. There's no reason to believe it's drug related. They have no association with any kind of illegal drug use at all.
And if it was drug related and like the deal went bad and the guy killed them, why didn't he take the money?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if this was a murder for drug money, then there'd be no reason. If it was a murder suicide, somehow the bodies just didn't get found. If we go with that, why the fuck was the money there in the first place? Or why was the murder suicide taking place in a forest when you could easily do it in a much less suspicious way in your own home? So many questions. Pretty much no answers. Let's see what Paris has to say here. Ghost took the gun. The ghost has killing bullets. Oh my god. The ghost... He's going to be a king of the ghosts. And then the ghost hit the bodies. What if ghosts can like turn you invisible and like pull you into the ghost dimension?
So you said there's 2 or 4 ghosts. What if there's 3 ghosts? What if it's their ghost that traveled back in time to fuck with them?
Oh my god. Time traveling ghosts of yourself. This is the new meta.
Like they died and they're haunting their own house before they actually died.
Advanced
and they
haunting
themselves to do that weird trance thing and then drive out and die.
This is some advanced tactics we have here. These are advanced ghost tactics. Oh, man, but that was just like such a mind fuck of a case. I feel like we're having some pretty good talks today. I feel like I'm definitely going to want to clip this show up and put it up on YouTube.
So the more you go into that story, the weirder it gets.
Exactly. It's like, hey, wake up, sheeple. The Illuminati, they're having time traveling ghosts kill our people. They're putting the chemicals in the water.
Come on, man. We need to get those spirit bullets.
Yes, we need the spirit bullets. The liberal media.
Time traveling ghosts.
The liberal media is trying to distract us, so we don't know we need the spirit bullets. Oh god, I love Alex Jones.
I need to watch is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is a fun anime. I definitely enjoy it.
The problem is you can't find it anywhere.
It is hard to find. It's so frustrating because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I really want to rewatch it, but I can't because it's nowhere.
Yup. All right, what do we got here? We got a baby Meg and we got a Fang. Okay. She's not a bunny Fang, so I don't care if she dies. But hopefully baby Meg will be... Well, I don't know. I'm probably hoping for too much to say.
She only had one cosmetic, and it's a cosmetic you can give with shards, so she might be a baby.
There's a good chance. It's usually, like, unless a Meg has done up significantly, it's good to assume she's a baby. And if she's P3, she's just a piece of shit. Those are the two rules. Like, P3 Megs are all assholes, and Megs are babies until they've sunk some money in. And then even then, you don't want to assume that they're not babies. It's best just never to assume that. All right, what are we working with now?
Can't believe I survived that last match. It was close because she was really close to me at the end there.
I turned away and went to the chat because I'm like, well, he's dead.
I didn't think I was gonna make it out. I thought she had barbecue, but I guess not.
Yeah, it was clutch as fuck. Okay, Ironworks, we got a god window. Apparently the altered version of this map, one of the variants has like a true infinite, where you break chase, so they just can never... Okay, good. The one thing wasn't moving, but she started up. Okay. Let's see, any indicator of the killer we got? Doesn't look like it. Hello there, Moon.
I thought I heard something.
It's very nerve-wracking early match when you're like, is this Ghostface? Basically, that's the question. Is this Ghostface or Pig or Wraith?
Mine's always like, oh god, I need to watch my back because what if it's a stealth killer and he grabs me because I'm not looking behind me?
Yeah, same. Truly haven't played DBD in 3 months. I went through a phase where I stopped playing because the slug bug was really annoying where survivors didn't make sound. By the way, somebody's being chased.
I have not played killer since I finished the last tome.
I played a little bit, but not a lot. Okay.
I will play next week.
It's kind of crazy considering like the lopsided amount of time I've put into killer. I've not played any recently.
Yeah, I have every single killer at least to 40, but I don't play killer.
Okay, I want to go for some central gens so we can divide the map up a little bit. This one's a pretty good one. I'm betting on this being a stealth killer because we've not so much as heard the terror radius so far.
Yeah, there was a chase, but nothing came of it.
Yeah, very strange. We might have a killer memeing around because I wouldn't be surprised if a second gen pops any moment now.
I'd be okay with that. I'll meme with them.
You'll meme with them?
I got my ears. They're ready to flop.
You're just a whittle bunny. Oh god, somebody got hit. This is toxic.
Oh no, he's on the other side of the building.
Okay, good. We got some safety to work with here.
Oh god, my nose itches.
Oh god. Okay, let's try to do a gen over on this side because we've been working on this side exclusively.
I'm gonna actually do this.
Oh, I saw it for a second. I saw somebody. I couldn't tell who it was though. It looked tall and white.
Person is still being chased. Fangy, no.
Who is that? I can't see them. Come on, come this way. Damn it. It's Oni.
Oni? What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Where's the gen in here? Ah, here it is.
Oh. Damn it. You like looped all the way around.
We gotta be careful of this building here. It's got the basement.
I saw. I'm going for the save.
Okay. Okay, so this Oni could have an actual chance of not dying at this or not losing. Because
oh god. He's coming. Run, Fang.
We gotta
Fang,
be careful.
What are you doing?
Split up. Make sure you split up
You
because
just stood there.
Oh god, Fang, don't be an idiot.
I had to run. I had to jump in front of her to save her from getting hit.
Yeah, we can't take this lightly with Oni because his snowball capacity is high.
Oh man.
Hopefully she has Dios.
Anyway. I don't think she did. She was kind of babyish.
She was obsession.
Why didn't borrowed time go off? I was in terror radius.
I don't know. At least we know we can rely on hearing his terror radius.
He has a fairly small terror radius.
He's probably got monitor. Most Onis do, which means he might very well be infectious Oni. I'm gonna go for the save here.
Okay, I'm gonna run the other way because he's near.
Yeah, he's like right where I am, or in the general area.
I just saw him. He's like, okay.
Where did he go?
The person's grabbing him. Never mind. Okay.
Try to crouch down right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go heal this person. Never mind.
Nice.
Stop carrying.
Oh wow, he really wants to tunnel this Meg.
Yeah, he's been tunneling both of them.
He's definitely a very tunnely boy. If you want to go to the shack, I can heal you.
Where's oh god, she's coming near me. Oh fuck. No, Meg. Oh god. This is awkward. Oh god. Oh god. Where's he hooking her? Shit, he saw me.
Hopefully this isn't the last gen on this side, otherwise we might have 3-gened ourselves.
No, there's a gen here where I am. I don't know if you see me.
Yeah,
Fuck, he's after me still.
I'm gonna go for the save then.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has monitor, although I haven't seen any signs of infectious fright on him, have you?
No. I was near where
he broke off you,
at.
he's camping again.
God damn it. I'm gonna go heal this person. Or get them to heal me. I think they have aftercare. Oh no, that person has kindred. Never mind.
He wants that hit on me this time. Oh my god, he still wants Meg.
Oh god. And she's coming straight for me again.
She should let him hit him. I have borrowed time, so she could get a speed boost out of that.
Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah, this Meg's kind of slow, sadly. I've got the final gen about 60%.
Oh, shit.
He seems to be chasing somebody else.
Yeah,
So,
near the slug. I was gonna try and pick her up, but
oh god damn it. I tried to get off the gen to reposition better and Fang was running him to me.
no, I'm not.
The other Fang. He's coming, well, sort of. Oh god, crucial momentum moment for both of us here.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Ah, I got stuck on the rock. I couldn't do anything.
Damn, I was hoping I could
Wait a minute. Why was I exhausted?
I don't know. I'm exhausted too.
Did he have Mindbreaker?
Oh, he must have yeah, he has that one Oni perk. What's it called? The one that makes you exhausted if you hook somebody while you're injured. Is he near you?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Fang to heal me up.
He's like proxying.
You got full health, so we got time to do this at least. Although we need to move. Because we could totally tip this in his favor if we're not careful. We both point at you. Okay, so is she coming for you? Yeah, she's sort of.
Looks like it. A little slowly.
Yeah. Okay, I see a gen because he's gonna or I see a gate. He's gonna go. He's gonna see me if I open the gate near you. So I'm gonna open this gate.
Okay. Come on, Fang.
What I'll do is I'll body block for you if you can make it to midway, which I presume you can.
Oh man. Ah, fuck. Come on.
Okay, that gate's 99.
Baby. Fucking camping, baby.
He's camping you right now?
He's camping in Blood Fury.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't see this going anywhere.
Yeah, I get to die on first hook.
Gotta love it. Where's Fang? Oh, Fang's not even coming. God damn it.
No, she went miles away.
Yeah, I thought maybe if she was with me, I might be able to pull it off.
She's teabagging at the exit.
Okay, well, yeah, this isn't gonna work. God damn it, Fang. If one of us could distract, then we would have a chance, but she's... I'm mad at her. I'm sorry, Moon, we failed you.
She could have saved me, but he went into Blood Fury and she panicked and ran.
Yeah. Like, if we were... Like, if I had two people there, well, me and her, then we could have possibly tried to, like, bait him to go for one of us and have the other save you, but when she's sitting at the gate, there's really no way, especially with him in Blood Fury. If it wasn't for Blood Fury, we could have traded.
Man.
Oh, God.
Gotta love dying on first hook. At least I black pipped.
Yeah. I'm taking a big risk that's totally unnecessary. Bye. Bye. We can't both survive a match. Either one of us has to die.
Stupid Meg fucked me.
Well, the Meg just wasn't very good. She was obviously baby.
She was a baby.
Yeah, she was a standard baby Meg. The Fang just didn't have any balls.
The Fang was a dumbass.
Was
she like stood underneath the hook after I unhooked her, even though Oni was like right around the corner. I had to jump in front of her to body block, and then I never got healed after that.
I suppose special teammates...
Because she wouldn't heal me either.
I emphasize special teammates are part of the flavor that is Dead by Daylight in the end.
Like, once I body blocked for her, I was injured the rest of the match because nobody would heal me.
Sounds fun. Okay. All right, so let's see. What is our next topic of the night? Ah, yes. We have Capcom greenlighting the Resident Evil remake. Well, it's still... I think it's still somewhat conjecture, isn't it?
It's not... It hasn't been officially announced yet, but everybody expects it to be announced in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, so I'm kind of conflicted on this. We'll read the articles and we'll talk about it, though. So, Osaka-based M2 is leading development on the latest series, reimagining sources reveal. Following its reimagining of Resident Evil 2 and 3, multiple development sources have told VGC that the Resident Evil 4 remake has now entered full production with an estimated release window of 2022. Development is being led by Osaka-based M2, the new studio founded by Platinum Games head Tatsuya Minami, which has been preparing for the project since... excuse me. Hiccups again. Since 2018. However, similar to how 2020's Resident Evil 3 was directed by company Red Works, Capcom's internal teams and other external studios are likely to lend significant development resources. We have an update. More alleged details have emerged on Capcom's Resident Evil 4 remake. It's understood that, including claims that it will be co-developed by parts of the RE2 and Devil May Cry 5 team, which both of those were top tier, universally loved and like cherished games. So that's encouraging. Let's see. It's understood that the remake has the blessing of the original game director Shinji Mikami, who officially declined an approach to lead the project himself, but has provided informal advice on its direction. The studio...
That's because he's working on Ghostwire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, man, it's such a shame that Ikumi Nakamura is not working on Ghostwire, just because she's so fucking adorable, and I need her to give more press conferences. Oh, God, just... It's spooky. I fucking love her. She's the best.
She's freaking great.
We need more Ikumi Nakamuras in the gaming industry. But back on topic. Let's see. It's understood that the remake has... Yeah, okay. The studio helming the remake has been in operation since 2018 and is comprised of many former Platinum and Capcom employees. M2 recently contributed to the development of 2019's Resident Evil 3, but its role on that game was always intended as a precursor to its main project. This just basically goes over some serious history, which we all kind of know already, so I'm not going to cover that. Let's see. One person with knowledge of development told VGC that the remake is being directed by a newcomer to the series. That I don't know how I feel about that. It makes me think of Sonic, in the sense that Sega can't make classic Sonic anymore. because like the
Yeah,
people,
they had to outsource it to some other people.
it's like you have to outsource it to somebody who actually loves the game. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that it's not a universal, oh shit, this is gonna be garbage, but it's a little bit of a wince. Let's see. Resident Evil 4's original director, Shinji Mikami, was approached to co-found M2, but turned down the role due to his commitment in Bethesda's Ghostwire, which we just spoke about. Let's see. The next entry in Capcom's long-running series will be Resident Evil 8, offering continuation of the revamped first-person mechanics introduced in 2017's Resident Evil 7. According to the info provided by reliable insider Dusk Golem and verified by VGC, the Resident Evil 8 will release on current and next-gen consoles in 2021. Likely Resident Evil 7, the 2021 game will feature... like Resident Evil 7, the 2021 game will feature a first-person perspective and returning protagonist Ethan Winters. However, the game will feature many narrative and mechanical departures for the series, including hallucination and insanity segments, as well as enemies based on mythical creatures such as werewolves.
So it'll still have zombies, but it'll also have other weird shit like fucking werewolves.
Yeah, I'm like... Resident Evil 7, I've never played it. It's on the list, but I've not got into it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Everyone who's played that game, they say it's fucking awesome, and that's cool. I'm sure it's a fun game, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it when I do play it. But it is not, like, just having seen the gameplay, it does not look or feel like Resident Evil. It looks like you could title it anything else.
It's basically like Outlast or Silent Hills, like that one, or whatever.
That's
what was it called?
PT. I think
PT, yeah.
It looks like that, but with guns and like more of an emphasis on combat. Like even the Resident Evil characters in Resident Evil 7 don't look like the characters. Like Chris Redfield looks like fucking like anorexic Charlie. Well, not anorexic, but like significantly skinnier Charlie Sheen. He doesn't look like Chris Redfield. Not even old Chris.
I was making fun of him because he kept getting even bigger with the steroids. So he was like, "All right, fine, I'll get off the steroids."
Damn it, we need boulders for shoulders, Chris Redfield. Damn it. So I don't know. I'm like, on one hand, I like that the series is mixing it up. I like that they're being original in their angle, but at the same time, it's like Resident Evil is a very iconic game. No other game really plays quite the same as Resident Evil. It's changed its format once to give it a better combat feel, and that was excellent, and everyone embraced it, which was really what Resident Evil 4 started. But now they're sort of seem to like want to go in a different direction. It almost seems like they want to hybridize the direction they're going. So they seem to want to invest in the Resident Evil 4 feel, and they want to alter and tweak that with the Resident Evil 2 and 3 that have come out recently. But at the same time, they also want to continue pursuing the first person one, which isn't necessarily a bad idea since they found success in both avenues.
So what I think they're going to do is they're going to alternate. They're going to have the newer entries be the first person, but then sporadically have like the older style too, with like what we had with 2 and 3 and then 4.
Yeah, I hope
that's what it seems like anyway.
In some ways I'm glad they're working on 4, and we're not spoiling anything. We're just spoiling rumors.
No, there's no spoilers.
We're spoiling somewhat reliable looking rumors. But yeah, Resident Evil 4, I want them to work on that game. Like, I know a lot of people want Code Veronica, and I'm down for that too. But I like that they're working on that because, in my opinion, the gameplay hit its peak at 4 and 5. Those two games had the best mechanics in terms of like stunning into melee, just like inventory management, the way the world looked, just the way you approached fighting. It was when they started to make the character feel a little bit more powerful, but they also had this really nice, like almost like a dance you did, where you were like, you had to work with the tank controls, and then once you switched into aiming mode, you then had to position the laser, and you had to do it all while a zombie's slowly getting closer to you and getting ready to hit you and moving their head and shoulders and knees around, and you had to shoot one of those precise spots. So it had a lot of depth to how you lined up the hit, and if you were good at it and you hit that spot, you'd be rewarded with the ability to do a melee attack, which knocked most of the zombies around you back, did extra damage, and made you completely invincible. So it was like this really nice, like I said, like a dance of angles is the way I look at it. That was very unique and has not been replicated in any game since then.
I do think RE2 and RE3 feel closer to that than any of the other entries.
The way I feel about RE2, I can't speak for RE3 since I've not played it. I've heard mixed things on it, but I mean, it looks like a fun game. Resident Evil 2, I feel like they've got the feeling of what Resident Evil 6 controlled like, but their design is better. Like Resident Evil 2 is a game that it does not have the mechanical depth that Resident Evil 4 or 5 or 6 had. Nowhere near it. There's just not as much that you're managing. It's a much more simple shoot the fuck out of the zombie, he'll die, he might get back up. What Resident Evil 2 excels at, I think, is giving you difficulty and giving you limited resources and making you work within that to try to be smart in how you approach a situation, because regardless of how you approach things, you're going to run out of resources at some point.
That's true.
So I think Resident Evil 2 excels better than any other game I've played in the Resident Evil series about creating scenarios that are strenuous in a creative fashion rather than having a mechanically complex or challenging fighting system necessarily.
I feel like with 2, they wanted to try to have what they did with 1, but third person, kind of. But like with more mobility.
Yeah, I think that they were, well, it's definitely like, I feel like they played it really safe with Resident Evil 1, which makes sense. It was their first time doing a remake. They didn't want to necessarily go out on a limb and piss everybody off. So they played it safe with 1, and it was a positive reaction. It didn't like set the world on fire, but like people were like, this is a good remake.
I should mention the remake for 1 was GameCube era.
Oh, is that GameCube era? Huh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize
it was remastered, and everybody loved the remaster.
Yeah, so it was positive. It didn't set, like, it wasn't like the talk of the town. Resident Evil 2 was definitely their most successful remake. Like Resident Evil 2 was just like, nobody to this day has a bad word to say about it, and it's a new game, whereas Resident Evil 1 remake is a very freshened coat of paint on Resident Evil 1. Very
Pretty much,
things.
yeah.
Let's see, what's Par got to say here? We will eventually reach a point where Resident Evil 7 is remade into third, or will we reach that point where it's remade into third person? Probably not, but I
don't think they would.
What if we get to the point where we got like Resident Evil 2 remake? Like
just
VR.
Come over again.
Resident Virtual
Story
Evil.
for 2 has been remade like 4 times.
Has it really?
Yeah, there's like the on rails ones.
Oh,
like Dark Side Chronicles, I think.
That was doing Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, it's 2 and 3 and Code Veronica.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Okay, so we got that. We got obviously the remake. Resident Evil 3 was sort of like a side story within Resident Evil 2. It was basically like the older version of DLC in a way.
Basically. Resident Evil 3 was made at the same time as Code Veronica. They split the teams into both of those.
I feel like Resident Evil 3, it looks like it's a shorter game, but it looks good. I just like, it feels like they originally had Resident Evil Resistance and Resident Evil 3 as 2 separate projects, and they're just like, well, we won't get a lot of people to invest in this really different looking Resident Evil, so what if we just attach these 2 things together? I think that's pretty much how it happened in that regard. Basically, Resident Evil 3 was sort of used to lump Resident Evil Resistance into the general player base. Whether that's for good or bad remains to be seen.
I'm pretty sure Resistance was supposed to be separate originally, but then they were like, nobody's going to buy this. We got to do something. So they were like, well, guess we'll put it with 3.
I think that Resistance, and with all asymmetrical games, they're exceptionally hard to both design where you have meaningful depth and like graduated returns where the better players get rewarded for being better, and have them be balanced. So I think that, and plus you've got to, like, to have a multiplayer game stay alive, you got to feed a constant stream of new stuff into it. So I think Resident Evil Resistance, whether it becomes, because right now it's very much like raw DBD, like early DBD, shit's kind of like sometimes janky. It may not be well balanced from what I've heard. It's not
both
bad.
sides, really.
Yeah,
Like you can get fucked on both sides.
yeah, it's like it's not bad, but there's a lot of problems, which I mean, asymmetrical is probably the hardest genre of multiplayer to design, so that makes sense. So I think what we really have to see is if Capcom will invest the time and money into really nurturing Resident Evil Resistance into being something great.
I think if they do actually put the time into this one, unlike every other multiplayer Resident Evil game they've done so far, they could actually keep it
Yeah.
afloat.
Yeah, I mean the versus in Resident Evil Resistance is definitely a step above anything else we've seen out of Capcom's competitive Resident Evil modes. So I mean it's got potential, but whether that potential will be brought to bear is another question. But there's more on the Resident Evil 4 remake we got to cover here. Let's go ahead and hop back over to our article. Let's see here. More alleged details have emerged on Capcom's Resident Evil 4 remake. According to noted insider Dusk Golem, who has also confirmed VGC's report, Resident Evil 4 has a larger development team than the series' previous 2 remakes, including support from Capcom's internal Resident Evil 2 and DMC5 team, which we sort of covered. But yeah, it's a larger team than they've had before, which is great because, well, we'll get into that in a minute. But according to a VGC Twitter poll at the time of publishing the story, 46% of 8,000 participants don't think the game needs a remake, while 38% do, and 16% are unsure. So the majority of people do not think this game actually needs a remake. But
Yeah.
hopping back to the larger development team, I think that what's going on here, Capcom knows.
They know they can't fuck this one up.
This is, by many people, regarded to be the best Resident Evil game of all time, one of the best video games of all time. Like when we were talking about Resident Evil 1 remake didn't set the world on fire, Resident Evil 4 set the world on fire, then it doused it with gasoline and set it on fire a second time. Everyone and their mom loved Resident Evil 4. It was unique. It founded the over-the-shoulder third-person shooter genre. Nothing did that before Resident Evil 4. Or at least if it did, it certainly didn't make a blip in the water because no one heard about it. So it brought so much new stuff, and it really made Resident Evil more than just a scary experience and made it a mechanically engaging experience. So I think that while it sounds like there were some legitimate complaints about Resident Evil 3. There were things people were disappointed by. And I mean, it may still be a good game, but I mean, there were concerns that some things were cut. And I think that what this is saying when we see these large amounts of people they apparently have working on the game is that Capcom knows that there's 2 factors I think driving this. First off, everyone remembers Resident Evil 4. They remember how great it was, and they have to catch that magic a second time to an audience that has already experienced Resident Evil 4. But also, most people don't think it needs a remake. So how are you going to sell a public that doesn't feel like this game needs remade on a remake? Well,
it has to be like 200 times better.
Exactly. It's like you've got some convincing to do. You've got to show them something that looks outstanding, that makes them say, wow, I didn't realize modern technology and modern development companies, like the growth Capcom has experienced during this time, that this is the level of product they could put out over what they've already done. So I'm confident that Capcom understands they need to get this right. Absolutely have to. So I'm actually pretty hopeful about the Resident Evil remake, that it'll be really solid.
That also brings up 3 was not as well loved as 4 or 2.
That's
3
true.
is like the bastard child.
Poor 3. Jill's just like, I'm doing my best. I'm the only person in this game. They gave me Carlos and his hair is amazing, but I'm the only strong independent woman. We need Jill in Birds of Prey.
Well, that probably influenced the development of the remake as well, because they're like, well, I mean, we gotta do it, but at the same time, not as many people are gonna care about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was, the thing that was really disappointing to me, like of the things that they said got cut was the scripted Nemesis encounters. Because like for me, the highlight of Resident Evil 2 is Mr. X. Definitely, like that moment where you first encounter him and he just like walks into the room that was previously your safe room. That moment was fucking terrifying. Like,
see, but the thing is, what I've seen of the original 3, Nemesis was never like that.
I don't know. People were saying that he used to stalk you throughout the entire game.
I mean,
And,
he does stalk you throughout the entire game, but it's mostly scripted.
and like you used to be able to like kill him if you fought and you'd get like a special option
Yeah,
or a
you
special
can
item.
kill him and he drops an item, which you can do that in 3 sometimes.
Really? Because I mean,
Like,
at least in the demo, you couldn't kill him.
at one point, I blew him up in a certain spot, and he actually did drop an item.
Huh. So maybe it's not as bad as people are saying. I kind of want to wait for it to get cheaper because, in my opinion, I'm just like not really that interested in Resident Evil Resistance. So I'm like, I'd
That's
like
fair.
it to be a little cheaper, but it
And
still
it
looks
will
like a
go
fun
on
game.
sale. Like 2 is on sale for like $15 right now or some shit.
Yeah, so I'm sure that it'll go down there eventually. Anyways, let's see. According to Dust Golem, developer M2 will be paying attention to Resident Evil 3 feedback after the game received generally lower review scores than its predecessor. M2's founder, Minami, was executive producer on Resident Evil 3, although at least 4 other studios helped create the game. I don't wonder
So
if...
I think what they're saying is M2 was just using that as like a stepping stone. It was like practice for 4.
Sounds like it. From what I heard in some of the other stuff, it was like this was their training game and they had other studios trying to
Pretty
help
much,
carry the
yeah.
weight. All right. Well, it's
Which
getting...
is what happened with Reach in Halo.
Oh,
That
was
was
that...
343's training game. They worked on that.
Like, imagine having like a multi-million-dollar business and just being like, yo, here's a practice multi-million-dollar project. Now, we're going to go ahead and hop to the final story now, just because it's getting a little late, and I'm sure both me and Moon need to catch our Z's. But, Moon, I've got good news for you.
Oh boy.
NASA reveals how it will retrieve a piece of Mars. Now, remember, last stream is all about getting the moon rocks. Well, it looks like the focus is shifting elsewhere, luckily.
Whew.
Yeah, I know.
Saved again.
They wanted your
Thanks,
moon
Mars.
gold.
Good old Mars taking one for the team.
Yes. All right, let's see. The Mars sample return mission will be done at one of the first... will be one of the first... I can't read. One of the most challenging interplanetary endeavors ever undertaking. Jesus, somebody help me here. Let's see. While NASA's Curiosity rover, which is equipped with its own mobile science laboratory, has been able to conduct its own limited analysis of soil and rock samples collected during its adventures on the Red Planet, nothing can compare to the level of scrutiny such samples could be put under if scientists were to have direct access to them on Earth. For years...
Yeah, I forgot about Curiosity. We do have like actual rovers on Mars now.
Yeah, couldn't you watch the stream of that for a while?
I think so.
I want to say that was a thing. Let's see. For years, the prospect of retrieving such materials has been little more than a pipe dream, but now it looks as though Mars sample return mission may actually be happening. This week, NASA revealed new details of the ambitious endeavor, including the fact that making it work will require several interplanetary firsts, including the first launching of a spacecraft from the surface of Mars and the first rendezvous between 2 spacecraft in Martian orbit. Stage 1 of the plan will be undertaken by NASA's upcoming Perseverance rover, which is due to launch in July of this year before touching down on Mars's Jezero crater in February 2021. Once there, it will scoop up and collect samples of soil and store them inside 30 small tubes. Stage 2 will see a second rover launch in 2026 and arrive on Mars in 2028. Its job will be to meet up with Perseverance, collect the samples, then take them back to its landing vehicle, which will launch them in a capsule back up into the space. For Stage 3, a third spacecraft will rendezvous with the capsule and then set a course back home. If all goes to plan, it will re-enter Earth's atmosphere with its precious cargo sometime in 2031. So we've got 10 years to go.
God, this fucking space shit takes so much like finagling.
It's like, goddamn.
You can't do anything directly in space. You gotta like take like 20,000 steps.
Pretty much. This is by no means a simple task, said James Watson, head of NASA's Mars exploration program in Washington, D.C., but we have kept it as simple as possible, if you say so. I hate to see that.
Like in Kerbal Space Program, you find pretty quickly that you can't just launch a rocket and go straight to Mars or something. You have to like bounce off of orbits and shit. And
Yeah, it's
like you can't. It's not like Star Wars where you can just fucking fly through space.
true. That's very much the thing. So I'd hate to see that guy like put together IKEA, or maybe that guy works for IKEA and that's why everything's so complicated. I feel like he's their design tech. But this also, oh dang, let's see. Oh, never mind, I accidentally scrolled up. Anyways, so this still makes me think though, like it makes me nervous because I'm like, first the moon, people think it may have once been a part of Earth and it's been around us for a while. We bring back moon rocks, nothing bad's happened yet, although moon mining is a little bit more chancy in that regard. We're going to another fucking planet we've never had any contact with whatsoever. It's like
don't bring it back to Earth. At least like bring it to the space station or something.
I feel like that might be the smart play, to go ahead and bring it to the space station and verify that it's safe before you bring it to us.
Yeah, don't go straight to Earth and be like, yo guys, I got Mars rocks. Oh fuck. Never mind, I got a disease that we've never heard of.
Although then again, it's like you got to think, well, these planets, although I think they're saying that Mars may have some like microscopic life. They've said that a couple times. It's hard to tell, but
that makes sense because they did find ice,
yeah,
which is water.
I was gonna say that viruses, they're designed to reproduce within the organisms around them. So I mean, I guess in those places they probably wouldn't have anything to do. So I guess there's some comfort to be found in that. How much comfort we can really say versus a universe of unknowns.
I don't know. If sci-fi movies have taught me anything, if you bring anything back, you're just fucking dead.
Yeah, just quarantine that shit in the space station for a good couple months. We gotta wait 10 years, 2031 on that shit, or I'm sorry, 11 years, Jesus, I'm getting ahead of myself, then at least let's take a few extra months in the space station if it's cool with you guys.
What was that one movie? It was like Apollo 14 or something, where they went back to the moon, and then they found some weird shit on the dark side of the moon, and then it like infected them and shit.
That sounds interesting. Can't say I've heard of it though. Huh.
It was supposed to be like a sequel to like Apollo. Was it Apollo 13? Is the original one?
Yeah, that I think that was historical, like a historical.
Yeah, that one's historical, but then they were like doing a sequel that's like obviously sci-fi.
Well, we got to find ourselves a new movie to watch for this week, because I feel like that's our thing now, is we like watch a movie every week and commentate on it. So we definitely need to find something new for this week. Maybe if Par's still around, he can suggest something to us.
Yeah, because we connected to Birds of Prey because of the connection with Sonic, but what do we do after that?
Yeah, that is the question. Oh god, my stream's dying. Hold on, it's coming back. Okay, never mind. We're stable. Jesus, stream just like shit itself there. Okay.
Is there any other recent movies?
I don't know.
I mean, the problem is nothing's coming out because of the quarantine.
Yeah, although I mean, there's a lot of interesting movies that just aren't as well heard of. So I mean, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it for this week's Dark After Dark episode. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to follow. Also, I'll be posting the VOD on YouTube, as well as I'll probably cut up this episode. I feel like we had some good segments here, and post those on YouTube individually as well. Let's see. Also join our Discord where we all hang out. If you have not already, we'll be back next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time with more Dark After Dark, and I'll also be streaming maybe once or twice throughout the week, just with some random games. All right, well, thanks for being here, guys. I'll catch you later.
Bye.